Hello, and welcome to Barovia. I am your humble master of dungeons and keeper of dragons, Pixel, and I'm pleased to present to you the 34th episode of Ages of Ainur presents The Curse of Strahd. Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing today, folks? Super glad you guys are here. As always, we're going to get into the game here in just a few minutes, but before we do, we're going to go over those usual housekeeping things, but we're 34 episodes in, so we're going to keep it brief. First things first, on map screens, don't spoil things. You're going to see the GM stuff. You're going to see secret doors. You're going to see enemies in the other room. You're going to see, all of my horrible notes about the traps awaiting the players and stuff. Don't talk about those things in chat until the players find out about them, because we don't want to spoil those things for them. They'll be in chat with you, talking and enjoying the show as well, so try not to spoil anything. Second, don't forget about rules. There's a lot of them. Sometimes we make shit up. We're here to have fun. If you want to do every rule of the game right, go play Baldur's Gate. Third, this is an open and welcoming space, so don't be a wangrod. You guys are great, but we always like to make sure people know that we have a zero wangrod tolerance policy here. Fourth, this adventure is horror themed. And there may be elements that are unpleasant or disturbing. We're not setting out for any excessive graphic content, but in the context of live streaming, we typically won't be able to give content warnings because so much of it is improvised. So we do try to give those warnings on the YouTube and the podcast feeds. If those are concerns of yours, those may be better ways for you to consume things. And as a reminder, we do release a show on YouTube and as a podcast after each episode during the following week. So if you miss an episode or have to miss part of the episode, don't fret. You can still catch it after the fact so that you can be caught up next week if you want to watch live. And of course, last thing before we get started, I'd like us to go around and cast, if you would please introduce yourselves and your characters and let us know if you have chat inspiration before we jump in, starting with Vincent Page. Bow, 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 bow.
Anyway, I'm Vincent Page, friends. I've been playing Ash Fireforge for 34 episodes. This may be the character I've played the longest in consecutive, times. I'm a changeling rogue. I'm very excited.
Excellent. Omega.
Oh, I have chat inspiration. I knew I was rambling for a reason. Found the reason. There it was.
And the reason is chat inspiration. And the reason is chat inspiration. Okay, if I do anymore, we're going to demonetize. Omega.
Hey y'all, my name is Omega. I am playing Peter Walhorn, the Valor Bard, and I have chat inspiration as of right now. We'll see in a bit.
Excellent. Ozzy.
I'm Ozzy. I'm playing Cass Amble Crown, an Ancient's Paladin, and I have chat inspiration.
Excellent. And Bonus Mom.
I am Bonus Mom, and I am playing Wanderess, a nature domain cleric. And I have just gotten the Tome of Understanding, and I have to, in the next 6 days, study it for 48 hours. So I'll just be reading my book. Thank you, Pixel. Oh, and I'm inspired. Chat inspiration, yes.
Excellent. Well, I am Pixel. And I will be your Gungeon Master this evening. I'm sorry, your Mungeon Daster, whatever it is that I will be this evening. You can find me here sometimes at twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where I have been doing Stardew Valley streams with Bonus Mom. They have been extremely adorable. You should all come check those out. Also, we run a Discord where folks can play some D&D. It's actually the Bonus Mom's Tavern Discord, formerly the Ages of Ainur Discord. That link is in our link tree, which you can find in the podcast and YouTube descriptions of this if you're watching after the fact. All that said, and without further ado, when last we left our heroes, they had awoken back in the room on the upper floor of the Amber Temple where they had, several days ago, slain the berserkers they first encountered. They had been forced to rest now several times after tough battles here in this frigid and unwelcoming, dark place. They made their way back across the balcony they had first entered by towards the doors on the other side. When they entered that room, they found a room that very much looked like the one they had just left, save for a huge hole in the floor. When they entered the room, they found this hole in the floor and found some secret doors, one leading to another guard room overlooking the entrance stairs, which contained a dead body with a wand of secrets. Maybe that's how he found the secret door or something. I don't know. The wand can detect and point the way towards secret doors or traps. Before they could inspect the other secret door they had just found and discover what lay within, Cass and Ash went to examine the large hole in the floor. They realized that there were likely more of those flaming skulls down the hole, but as they discussed what to do next, they were perceived by the skulls, who came burning up the hole and attacked. After another costly battle with the skulls, they emerged, singed and burned, but victorious once again, and Esmeralda used more of her holy water to destroy the remnants of the skulls so they could not revive and attack later. They then crawled down the hole to find another room with amber sarcophagi and dark shadows that were once again absorbed into Cass's shadow. They heard some noise beyond the door and were surprised when a shaky old voice spoke to them. They opened the door to find a small coven of Barovian witches. The witches spoke in riddles of power and darkness, and after a strange bargaining, offered knowledge in exchange for some of the dark power Cass had absorbed. Cass agreed. The witches fell to their knees in some sort of profound dark ecstasy and absorbed some of the darkness of Cass's shadow had eaten before revealing that there was a creature in the ruins who had lost its memory, but if its memory could be restored, then it could surely lead our heroes directly to the holy symbol they seek, the one foretold to them by Madame Ava, the old fortune teller in the Vistani camp weeks ago now. The witches then took their power, hopped on conjured brooms, and flew up the holes our heroes had climbed down, presumably to leave the temple and exit out into Barovia once more. Our heroes climbed back up the hole and took time to examine the other secret door in that upper room, where they found moldy old scrolls. However, against all odds, they were able to find several magical scrolls that remained potent even after so many long years in a musty, damp, secret closet. They found scrolls of Mass Healing Word, Sleet Storm, Haste, Counterspell, and most importantly, Greater Restoration. They figured out that the Greater Restoration would likely fix the lost memories of the creature in this temple whom the witches had told them about, but also would likely fix the Mad Mage's magical madness. Say that 5 times fast. After some deliberation, they decided to use the scroll to try to fix the memories of the creature in the temple here in order to facilitate their finding the holy symbol, and they would worry about the Mad Mage's problems later. They decided that their best bet was to recross the entry hall, pass through the hallway where they fought the first set of flaming skulls, and pass through the banquet illusion room where they had fought the specters for the magical ewer the day before, and out the other set of doors onto the crumbled balcony and beyond. They realized that the crumbling balcony would not hold everyone's weight, so Ash crossed and opened the other door. Esmeralda crossed to back up Ash. Wandress threw Cass across, and then Peeta cast Dimension Door to teleport himself and Wandress across. Once in the other room, our heroes discovered that there was a strange compulsion emanating from the obsidian idol in the west alcove of the room, which compelled Cass to approach. The idol seemed to be charming creatures to stare at it until starvation took them if the corpses surrounding it were to be interpreted. Peeta began to use counter charm, and Ash and Wandress managed to break Cass's line of sight to the idol, but then Ash fell prey to its draw. With this, our party began to lob spells at the idol before eventually Peeta managed to shatter the statue, breaking the spell. And that is where we resume our tale. The dust settles. Ash, you blink and emerge from your stupor, having taken some damage from the onslaught of spells your friends were hurling at the idol that had charmed you. Peeta and Esmeralda stand at the east end of the room near the doors. Wandress, Cass, and Ash all stand at the west end of the room in a small alcove, where the recessed altar containing the idol had been just moments ago. As the air clears and your ears all stop ringing, what do you do?
Are you all right now, Cass?
I think so.
Thank you so much, Peeta, for destroying that. It was doing bad things to all of us.
Okay.
Where do we go from here?
Ash, are you okay? I know I threw some spells, and I knew that you're in that affected area. I just wanted to check and make sure you're doing okay.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've even been hit down here, but it was totally worth it because that statue needed to go. It's all good. I'm doing good. I'm just glad that thing is out of the way.
Agreed. I mean, I feel like we just press forward because we haven't been through these doors, right? Or
You have not. There are doors over here by Esmeralda, 2 double doors to the east, and then the southern doors that she closed during the combat as you guys were lobbing around the explosive sounding spells. She shut them.
Only one way to go then, huh?
looks like it. I will go ahead and approach the door.
Okay.
And I will open it.
You open the door to discover a narrow room with an arrow slit in the south wall.
Oh, God.
Pixel, I have to restart.
Okay.
Roll 20.
From there, you also can see out the arrow slit to the back of the head of the statue that blasted you with lightning and shit when you first went downstairs.
Ah. Lovely. Okay. I guess I'll step into the room and see if there's anything of note.
Okay.
Probably perception check, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Perception. I rolled a 5.
Okay. The ceiling is about 10 feet high, and the arrow slit looks down towards the temple floor. It kind of has a viewpoint, a vantage point past the raised up right arm of the creature. If you recall, I believe the creature is like, its arm is raised as if it's casting some kind of a spell or something.
Yes.
And so it's kind of like peeking out just under where that is.
Okay, gotcha.
Esmeralda pipes up and says, "Well, that was anticlimactic."
I think Wanderers wants to head over and take a peek too. Does it look as though, I mean, that's a room. It's not just a ledge like the other damage.
That is a room. It's a room, and it's about 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, and there is an arrow slit in the southern wall that looks out over the lower floor of the temple.
I think that Wanderers moves in and heads up to the arrow slit.
Okay.
And looks and listens. Does he hear any sound of anything moving anywhere outside of that slit?
Give me a perception check.
Okay, I got to get to that page. A 12.
I don't think that you do. It's just this sort of like, you hear the air moving a little bit. There's no real front doors on the front of this temple, so like in the distance, so you can't really hear the wind outside howling over the top of the mountain, but because like it's not enclosed, the air in here circulates a little bit, and so you can just sort of hear moving air.
Wanderer studies the statue for a minute and turns around and says, "Ash, Cass, look at this." Do you think we could shoot something at that statue and damage it from here?
I mean, you most certainly could shoot at it. I don't know whether or not it actually damages it or not. I guess is yet to be seen.
I mean, it's a statue. It's not alive, right?
One would assume not.
I wonder why this was built with this slit here. Cass, what do you think? And Wander steps back just so you all can look through the slit if you want to.
Okay, Cass can't respond at the moment.
I'm sorry, what?
Cass can't respond at the moment.
I'm not sure why. It makes total sense to have these defensive points, towards the front of the temple, but this far back, I'm not sure why. And there's no other doors in here that we see.
No, you have not seen any other doors in there.
It doesn't make much sense for this to be a dead end.
What about that wand of secrets thing? Would it find if there were a door in there here?
I think so. It should show any type of secret that is hidden, I believe. So I can try to use that.
Well, we only have a limited use, right? So does
I think
anybody
3
think it's worth
charges.
it? Yeah. Do we think
3.
it's worth it? Could we just examine the room without it and see?
I mean, we can try, but
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like if we should use the wand if we've exhausted our, ability to just find it ourselves.
Mhm.
That way, in case we get in a tight spot and have to have it, So
Great.
are we able to investigate for any doors that we're not seeing?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Where are you looking?
Obviously the southern wall doesn't make too much sense, so I think somebody should get the northern one and somebody should get the eastern one.
And this
Makes
is just a regular investigation check.
Yeah, you guys can
This is
pick
not
investigation
the
or
Wander
perception,
secrets.
either
Okay.
way. Yeah.
Well, I'll look at the northern wall. Wander's attempts to search the northern wall looking for a hidden door or a trap.
Okay.
Search along the east.
Wander's got a 16.
Okay.
And I had a 25.
Okay, yeah, you guys spend a few minutes poring over these walls, and there are no discernible secret doors that you can find in the little room.
It's a strange room. I really don't understand. Is it just a place where guards would sit and protect from some sort of enemy? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, Esmeralda pipes up and says, well, we've seen, several similar structures here, right? There was those 2 doors on either side of the entrance that were somewhat hidden, but it seems as if they were concerned about outside invaders, right? All of the arrow slits we've seen in the side chambers, the hallways where the skulls were shooting at us, and the ones by the doorway all appeared to be, designed to hold out invaders of some kind. So, I guess this was, it's I suppose the purpose was to make some kind of a kill box out of the lower floor. Which,
Well, there brings up a really good point too. Is now that we think about it, every single wall that connects to that main room has arrow slits. So one would think that that's where they don't want people to get through. They don't want people to get through the big giant room. I'm
That
starting to
makes
think
sense.
that what we're looking for is down and around the statue, like past it to the north. That's just an educated guess, truly. Well, hopefully it was educated. It sounded educated in my head anyway.
Did Wanderers notice that Cass didn't answer his question?
I mean, if Cass is available now, Cass can answer. But out of game, Cass
that was an out of game.
That wasn't, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it that way. Okay, excuse me.
Yeah, no, that wasn't like some sort of magical effect or anything.
Okay. Well,
It's like-
the way you
Right.
said it,
I understand, yeah.
would it be worth it for me to take thither my crossbow and shoot at that statue? Or could that make hell come to life? I don't know.
I don't think that it can make a really terrible thing happen. Just like I don't think it'll make something truly profound happen, but it may be worth seeing. Yeah.
I think can when Wanderers was at the slit, could Wanderers see that the hands were raised, that part of the statue?
Yeah, I think you guys
right
have
hand,
whatever amount of light you guys have would show the
well,
back
and I
of the
have dark
statue, yeah.
vision. Okay. The only other thing that Wanderers is thinking, having looked at the walls and not having seen anything, was looking at the floor and the roof. Just because it's odd.
Okay, the floor and the roof of what?
This little room we're in.
Yeah, I'll include that in having looked at the walls. The roof's about 10 feet up. The floor looks pretty much like all the other floor you've seen.
Okay. I think Wanderers is going to step up to the slit then, and holding his breath. He is going to shoot at the right hand of the statue with thither.
Okay.
Just to see, if anything happens, if he damages the statue. That was a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you fire your crossbow. Pink. It just kind of pings off the arm of the statue, clatters to the floor below. Everybody please make a perception check.
Perception.
Wanderers got an
I got a
11.
17.
Okay.
I also got a 17.
Well,
I got a 21.
yeah,
Wanderers
you
got a
all
17.
hear magical chanting coming from the head of the statue. Anybody that wants to can make a Arcana check.
I will.
I'll do
I'm gonna
I'm
give okay, so everybody except for PETA has disadvantage.
Okay, so 16.
I got
Well-
a 9.
I'll tell you that. Just as an RP choice, I'm not going to roll for it because
Okay.
I am the most non-magical person
Yeah.
that exists here.
Okay. Yeah, so with the 16, you recognize what is being chanted is a spell of invisibility coming from the head of the statue.
Those dirty bastards. That's what's going on.
And at this point, I would like everybody to roll initiative. What?
Okay.
You know what, Wondrous? I apologize. Something profound did happen. That's on me.
So, my next thing was going to be maybe, I don't know if anyone
Damn
has
it.
silence or anything, but my suggestion was going to be to cast silence on it and see what happens.
Not unless Esmeralda does.
R.I.P.
Uh,
Oh, hang on.
Rolled
I
a
gotta-
12.
I got a 3.
This would be
Yeah.
a great time for me to get the first initiative. Okay, I've lost my character sheet. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, Wander's got a
Okay.
12. Well,
Oh, hey, we're getting raided. Thanks, Reams, for the raid. Welcome in, everybody.
oh wow, yeah. Thank
You're catching
you,
us
thank
just
you.
as we're starting combat. Okay, everybody on the board.
I don't know if it got. I tried to click it, but then I lost my sheet. Wanderers has a 12. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're on there.
What's your dex, Wanderous? I don't know. I think it's higher.
2.
Okay. Yeah, it's higher than mine. Okay.
Okay, well, Esmeralda is up first, I guess, somehow. I don't think she really has anything that exciting she can do. She's heard somebody casting magic. Ooh, okay, here's what she's gonna do. She is going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on who can she reach? She's going to do Wandress. So she casts Protection from Evil and Good on Wandress, and then she is going to like move out of the doorway so she's not blocking it in case anybody retreats from the room. That is her action and movement. Wandress, you have had a spell cast on you, Protection from Evil and Good.
I put a spell on you.
There it is. Where's like, we'll give you this little
Okay, so I
symbol.
can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. Anything that attacks me has disadvantage.
Yes.
And I have advantage on any new saving throw against an effect.
Right. Okay.
Well, Wanderous drops thither, reaches into his throat area and pulls out his holy symbol, and he is absolutely going to cast silence if he can at
Okay.
the area of the statue's head. Can he do that? Does
Sure.
that follow in what you can
Let me
do
see.
with silence?
Yeah, I gotta find.
Yeah,
This will work well enough, I think. Okay, what is the area of silence?
It's a 20-foot radius centered on a point I choose within range, and I'm going to pick the top of the head of the statue.
Okay. 20-foot radius, you say?
Yes.
Okay, that's way too big.
Any creature or object entirely inside of the sphere is immune to... No, wait a minute. Silence, yeah.
Let's see, this is 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, okay. This...
Does it include us?
5,
Then I would do it so
15,
it would
20.
not
Okay.
come through the slit.
Yeah, if you center it on the thing, it
How about
kind
the
of...
thumbs? How about the thumbs? I can see the
Okay.
thumbs of the hand.
Yeah, okay.
Does that get it?
Sure. Okay, so you cast silence right there. Any movement?
Having done that, no. Yeah, I think. Do I need to maintain? I'm trying to look at silence. Do I need to?
You maintain concentration, yes.
You have to maintain.
I have to maintain concentration, but I don't necessarily have to maintain sight. When I
No,
cast
once you've
it.
cast it, it'll stay there until you drop concentration, unless something like dispels it or something like that.
Okay, and so what that means is that this creature can hear nothing and can say no sound, right?
Right, and
So they
can't
can't cast any.
Well, they can't cast spells that have verbal components. So if it has somatic but not verbal, or
And they were
whatever.
chanting, so that would be logical. Okay.
I mean, the chanting for invisibility ended, but most spells do have verbal components. Like every spellcaster kind of knows about that. There's a pretty limited amount that is nonverbal.
Okay. I think that Wanderous moves aside then, not knowing what anybody else wants to do, but he was covering it. He was like really, like filling most of the slit in, so he would move to the side in case anybody else has anything they want to do.
Okay. Okay. PETA.
Okay, so you'll have to remind me on silence. Can I cast a verbal spell and use it within that area? Or
Yes. So it depends on what
Okay.
you're going to do. If you're going to cast like Shatter or something like that, you would
Yeah.
know that won't work because no
Okay.
thunder damage can happen in that space.
Yep.
But you can
Mhm.
cast any other spell and the effects of it will reach as long as the effects don't require the creature to be able to hear you, right? So like some things like Suggestion or Charm Person couldn't work, which you couldn't see them anyway, but so things that require somebody to hear you, Vicious Mockery, that kind of stuff
Yeah,
wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
Fairy Fire would work, for instance, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Just to sort of give you,
Gotcha. That really doesn't help with much. Okay, it looks like I I don't really have anything, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and bolster, bolster by that I mean give Bardic Inspiration to Cass.
Okay.
And
then any movement?
Probably gonna pop back into this corner, but I think I should be good on that. So.
Okay. All right. Ash.
All right. Just so I understand, we can see this cat standing on the statue now?
No, whatever was in there cast invisibility on itself. So whatever it was in there that heard the bolt go off has made itself invisible. So you
and that doesn't fade away with the silence.
No, yeah, that happened before the silence was cast. So it probably can't cast any new spells that require verbal components at the moment. But as far as having visual on it, you definitely not.
Oof, okay. Well, we all can't pile up in front of this arrow slit, and Wondrous needs to stay here for sure. So I'm thinking that I'm going to pop out these double doors over here and try to get a look around.
Okay.
5, 10. I'm going to need that opened.
Okay.
And then I think that I can take the 5 to right here so I can see.
Okay.
Falling to the ground. And there's literally... Is there any sort of check I can make to see if I can see anything? I don't know how this works,
you can make a perception check, I guess. If you want to like take your action to really like no, actually I think you would know at this point. There's no way, like if it casts invisibility on itself, which I'm assuming somebody called out that that's what that was, and there's a cone of silence on it, like the thing you'd rely on if it was invisible would be hearing it, but now you couldn't hear it. You can't even hear footsteps, right? So
right.
You know, and I think in the dark like this, you're not even going to see dust moving in the air. Like it's
sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to say no. You could hold an action to do something if something becomes visible, but yeah.
Okay. Then there's only one more question I'll have. Which way do these doors open?
That's a great question. Here's what we're going to do. Which way do you want them to open?
I want them to open to where I can hide behind it.
So like in towards the room.
Well, so no, I would want them to open like out where I'm standing, pull.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I think it's more likely than not in the architecture of this that they would open inwards, but we're going to give it a luck roll.
Okay.
It's not super in your favor. Give me high or low, and then we'll roll a D100.
Well, like the bottom I am, I'm going to go with low.
Okay. So if you're shooting for low, if it's 40 or lower, they open the way you want. If it's 41 or higher, they open the other way.
Okay.
Because I think it's 60-40 odds. Just looking at this, and you know what? Hang on. I hate to do this. There's another. I don't know if you can see this from here. You can't. Okay, people at home can see there is another doorway right over here, and the door is visibly open inwards. There's like a doorway that is open, and it shows them inward. And this whole place has been symmetrical so far. So I am unfortunately going to say they open inward. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I wanted to do roll, but then I saw this shit over here.
Nah, it's
and
cool.
there's no way I can just be like, they built half the building different,
Yeah, the only reason is I was gonna do those #rogue things and like use it as cover. That way I'm not just standing there on the balcony.
You could back up like here and hide behind it, but
And I think that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Might as well. I hate because I was gonna wait to see if I could see it. As soon as I seen something, I was gonna hold an action to shoot. But if I can still do that from here and not be about to get force lightning to death, then that's what we'll get.
Okay.
That's really all I got. I don't have anything else.
Okay. What is everybody's passive perception?
Mine is 13.
I have to get to that.
13 as well.
Oh wait, no, 12 for me. 12 for me, my bad.
Okay, so 13 for me.
I have to get to the front page unless you can get there quicker than me.
Okay.
Passive perception is 18.
And mine's 20.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. All right. So, you do hear something. You barely hear something very faint, Wandress. You hear a sound of like. I think what you hear is like a single kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? Like pebble tinkles off the balcony, somewhere in like the near the doorway, like it got dislodged. Yeah.
So from my point of view, to the right of the window.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that something I also hear with my passive? Or no?
What's your passive?
It was 20.
Oh, then yes. Yeah, you do.
Okay, and just so I'm clear, here?
Yeah, somewhere in front of you.
So like right where I just was. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. Okay. That brings us to Cass.
I'm actually disturbed after that. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh God.
I mean, whew. Not really much I can like. I mean, I'm just gonna get out of the room that has a little slit in it and back into this room, since that's kind of where everybody else is grouping up. So I'm gonna get over here next to Cass and Ash and Esmeralda.
Okay. All right. Any held actions or anything, or?
Actually, hold up. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to use Divine Sense
Okay.
as an action.
Sure.
So, until the end of my next turn, I know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover.
Okay.
I know what type they are. And I also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay.
Hashtag paladin things. Come on.
All right. I gotta Google something.
So I mean, bottom line, like if they're celestial, fiend, or undead, I will know where they're at, and I would assume that's almost like a pinpoint thing.
Okay. Okay. So based on what I'm Googling, you do know that there is a creature directly in front of you. You'll still have disadvantage on attack rolls while it's invisible, but you do definitely know that the space directly in front of you is occupied with a fiendish creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't like reveal, like you sense the presence like right in front of you, like bam.
Right. And I will have that until the end of my next turn.
Okay. And so and you will okay.
So
Yeah, so you'll be able to sense them even as they move, as long as they don't get behind total cover from you.
Yep.
But
Or
it
go
doesn't
outside of
exactly
60
grant
feet.
you it doesn't deal with the invisibility in terms of mechanical having disadvantage, but
lets
you do
me
know where they
that
are.
they're there.
Yeah, and it will continue to let you know, like basically exactly where they are, even though that doesn't negate the disadvantage. Okay. All right, Esmeralda. She's got protection from evil and good. I think like everything she has. I think the only thing she can do is make her attacks with disadvantage, because all of her spells require her to see shit. So she is gonna make her 2 rapier attacks and 1 we'll do hand axe attack. All with disadvantage. I've got 17, 11, and 8. So okay. One of those hits for 6 points of piercing damage. So she does cut something, and you see some like black blood sort of like across. I guess he has
that's
to make a
helpful.
concentration check about the
About the spell, yeah, that would make sense.
which is going to be a DC 10. Okay, makes the save. All right. So that's it for Esmeralda. Wandress, you're up.
Versus clueless.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's tough because it's invisible. So
Will my
But,
hand...
okay, so if we saw the blood, though, would we still have disadvantage?
Yes. Yeah, because the
Okay.
invisibility spell basically means attacks against it have
Yeah.
disadvantage unless you
Okay.
have some other means of like True Sight or Fairy Fire or something. So,
Yep.
Will Wandress's arm fit through the hole?
sure.
Then Wandress, having heard something, can't get there, is very limited. I think he sticks his arm out the window and he is going to aim a guiding bolt in that direction, hoping
Okay.
that none of his compatriots have stepped out onto, into the area where.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
He
you can
hears
attack
it.
with disadvantage here.
Okay. So now to do guiding bolt with disadvantage, I roll it twice. I don't have
No,
a disadvantage
it'll
button.
when you
it'll
make
do it.
Yeah, it'll do the 2 rolls when you click it.
Okay, there. I did it. Well, I got 15
Okay.
both ways.
15 does not hit.
Okay.
So you launch your guiding bolt, and it sort of just zips
Okay.
off.
And in doing
but
that, I
doesn't,
think that
hit.
Wanderous moved back into the place and is contemplating shooting, trying to destroy the statue again. He's not sure, but
Okay.
okay. So that's it. That's where he is. He moved back to where he can see the statue better.
All right, Peter, what you got?
Oh, not much, unfortunately. Okay, so kind of based on what Cass was able to do, is like, can I see where like Esmeralda attacked?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just given like what's happened so far, yes,
Yeah.
it seems like people are aiming their attacks to one particular direction. Yeah.
Okay. So like right around here, maybe? Like right in front of Cass.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm hoping that I can cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So
Okay, I think with Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it specifies a target you can
Yeah.
see within range.
yeah.
So
Okay.
with any spell that says specifically you have to be able to see the target,
Yeah.
things that require attack rolls, I think I'm generally going to let through, but stuff that's like not area of effect that requires line of sight
Okay.
won't be something you can use while
Gotcha.
it's invisible.
Okay.
Oh, he's thinking, Pixel. Can I just ask a question? When we heard the chanting, did we have any idea if it was one voice or multiple voices?
It sounded like one voice.
Thank you.
And again,
Okay,
when I described the chanting, it's not an ongoing chant. It was like this person cast one spell. They went, "Ah, Raksha, Fifas, yeah," and then, and you would know that that's the kind of thing you say a couple of phrases, and the spell happens while you wave your arms. That's kind of how magic works in D&D, right? You have to do like Naruto Rasengan, whatever it is, while saying a funny little poem in a weird language, and then magic happens. Sometimes you have to
Nice.
use material
Okay.
So
components. around
Ash's
your
new
Okay.
goal in life
so-
is to learn the sexy jutsu. Yeah, that got it.
I think that's just charm person. Peter, you've moved over. What else you got?
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack in the general area, I think.
Okay.
Everybody else has been. I'm gonna two-hand the radiant or the sun sword.
Okay. So the place they've been attacking is on the balcony, not in
Is
the
on the
room.
balcony.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
so I can. Okay, so if that's the case, so that'd be
Yeah.
1, 2,
So without moving onto the balcony
2,
yourself, I don't think you can
3.
get melee.
4.
Okay.
Go here, and then attack.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack with disadvantage.
Okay. All right, so that's a natural 1.
Oof. Rip.
I will just take my second attack and just try it again.
Okay. Let her rip.
And let's see.
Hey,
21 to hit.
Yes, 21 does hit.
Okay, and that is 10 radiant damage.
Okay. Yeah, you connect with something.
Okay, and then I'm
Does
gonna
it
go
have
ahead
to
and
do a concentration check?
It does. Thank you for reminding me.
pop back here, I think.
Okay, it makes the save.
There we go. Okay, and I think that's all that I can do.
Okay. All right, Ash, what you got?
it's blind leading the blind, Bob. We're just gonna take a swing.
Okay.
Eventually, this thing's either gonna die or show itself, I guess. Okay, 20. Oh, well, 12. I'm sorry, with the blood blade.
12 does not hit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really, really don't want to burn inspiration currently. But I'll tell you what I will do in the spirit of letting people that are way better than me do stuff. I will bonus action disengage and take a step back.
Okay. All right. Cass, you can tell that the creature flies back away from you. You can't take an attack of opportunity because that does require being able to
Advantage.
see a creature.
Or, yeah.
The creature flies back kind of behind this pillar. It's still within 60 feet of you, so you do know where it is.
Which one?
It flies over here behind the pillar. But then
I can't. Oh, this one?
then it becomes visible
Come on.
as it casts a spell. I need let's see. How many of these am I hitting? Okay,
And everyone.
it's gonna
is
hit everyone
inside of
except
my little
Wandress, because
radius.
Wandress, you're behind the wall. So, Peta, Ash, Cass, and Esmeralda all need to make dexterity saving throws.
You guys all get a +3 for that.
Okay, and you are
And
trying to
so-
beat a DC of 15 here.
Okay. I rolled a 25 with +3.
I got a 19.
Okay, Esmeralda gets a 16 with the +3. I think everybody made it.
Yeah,
Right.
I have 29 with the +3.
Okay. And that spell from before that hit you previously, that chain lightning, blasts out for, it would be 52 damage. If you make the save, it's half of that, which is 26. But dexterity saves, Ash takes nothing.
And is that including my aura of warding, or because if so, that it would only be 13?
I did not include Aura of Warding.
Okay,
Woo,
Alright.
52 damage. That guy's
all
got
Yeah.
the way
go.
down to
Um,
13.
What you? No, you made the save, right? How much health did Cass have before?
Oh wait, shit.
I thought everyone was
My bad.
basically like full.
Yeah, I was at full health. I put 13 in
You
there
put
instead
13.
of.
You didn't lose
no.
13
Thanks.
damage. You just have 13 health. That'd be a hell of a hit. Okay. But it is still kind of, and this thing is flying. And what you see, is a very strange creature. I don't know if I have a handout of it. You see, it's basically like a humanoid fox with like little spectacles on the end of its snout, wearing like purple robes. The spectacles are like attached to like a chain on its neck with like little gold chains. And it has like, in one hand it has like a spell pouch, and it has like some spell scrolls. It's extremely weird.
It sounds extremely adorable, and I'm feeling really bad because
Yeah, and it is, but it is shooting spells at you. So
Yeah. Wow.
that brings us to Cass.
Kick its ass.
60 feet away. Yeah, I can't make all of that movement. How far of a drop is that?
I will have to check and see to the floor. Let's see what it says. Okay, 20-foot wide balcony. Okay, 30 feet. So from this level you guys have been on, it is 30 feet down to the main floor. So it's a pretty big drop.
Ooh, okay. I got it. Okay, bonus action. Misty Step, which is a level 2 spell for me.
Okay.
So, give me a sec. Okay, so that gives me 30 feet, so I'll be able to get to the pillar.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Okay, so are you just like clinging onto the side of the pillar now? Like, well, what's happening? Or did you go down to the floor?
No, Misty Step down.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Misty Step down to the
so
floor.
You're down. Okay, 'cause I was a little confused, but I see. I understand. So you have bamfed down to the floor. Understood.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna. Well, I'm in melee range now. But...
Well, no. This guy he's 30 feet above your head.
Oh fuck!
Does that make
okay,
so? Like the yeah.
I
so
thought you meant he was on the ground.
No, he like this thing is flying. It just like can fly. And you would also know, like, so something occurs to all of you as you see this. When this thing like dropped its invisibility and cast that spell, it stayed flying, which means that it doesn't have concentration on a fly spell. It just has a fly speed. So this is a thing that just can magically fly. And so it flew over behind the pillar and just like popped out and, you know, blasted a huge fucking thing of lightning at you, and then it's kind of like ducked back behind the pillar.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you meant like flew and like it was on the ground. Shit.
No,
okay.
sorry. Yeah, what I meant to explain is that it is 30 feet up in the air, but ducked behind the pillar. So from you guys' perspective, like for you, Cass, you knew it was right in front of you, and then you could tell it just went straight back, flying over the ground away from you, behind the pillar, and then you all saw the invisibility drop as it blasted the spell. And then it just stayed kind of, you know, peeking out from behind the pillar with like half cover.
Okay, let's.
So, if that changes any of your tactics in terms of the, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. If
Misty
that's the
Step,
case, can I
feel
just
free
take
to,
that
you know.
Misty Step?
Yeah, that's
back?
fine. I didn't explain it well, so that's on me.
Yeah, that's my bad. I just didn't know he was flying. Okay.
And also, I believe we established that Cass can't stand on the balcony. So,
oh yeah.
Because you know it will fall.
Maybe don't do that.
So.
What's that? Oh yeah, that's like 40 feet. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
Like, so 40 feet high.
Okay.
It has
this
to be on a
thing.
You said it was 30 feet in the air, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get you a moonbeam here. Stand by. That's not where I want to be. There it is. Hey. Can I not just go right there? That's a little annoying. Okay, anyway. Boom. They've changed some of the Roll20 stuff, and they've made it better, but there was a feature that it seemed like maybe it had that it didn't, and that's fine. Okay, so there's Moonbeam. Okay, so I believe you have control over that Moonbeam.
That makes sense. It has to be on a point, right?
Yes, so you could put it I think this or this, one of those two spots are the place you can drop it to hit this thing. Or
Yeah,
I guess
I'll put it there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll put it there, and then because I mean I can move it too.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm gonna take some of my movement back in to try to like dodge some of its chain lightning again.
Okay.
All right, and that's it for me.
Okay, that brings us to Esmeralda, who is going to pop out, and she's going to do something you haven't seen her do. She sort of like puts one hand over her eye, and her other eye flashes with this like purplish light. She's going to use her curse. Is this thing within 30 feet of her? I think she's got to step out onto the ledge. Hang on, I gotta measure.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So she steps out onto the ledge. That's we'll say that's 10 feet of her movement. She can step on the ledge we established previously. She is going to use her curse. This thing has to make a DC 14 Wisdom save. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be rough. It makes the save. So she tries to curse the creature. It resists the effect, unfortunately for her. And then she's going to sort of dip back out of the way. Rip. And I don't think she takes the damage from it if the curse fails. So, Wanderous, that's you.
Okay. You, I'm in the eye slot. Do I have the ability to see this thing?
Not from where you currently are. And I think even if you duck into the next square over, it's blocked from you by this pillar. So, no. You have no way to see that thing from your current vantage point without moving.
Okay, so I have no idea what's happening. Okay, then the only thing that Wanderers can do at this point is go ahead and drop silence.
Okay.
Well, I guess... Yeah. And Wanderers can't go anywhere either, but I think he's gonna... Oh, God, wait, I'm just thinking about this. He can't see anything. He has no choice. He's got to get back into the room and see what's happening.
Okay.
I mean, he's completely out of it. So, yeah, I think he dropped silence if it was just one thing and now the action is over there. And he's going to move into the room. He can't go out on the porch either. The doors are open. He's going to move around to a place where he might be able to see this thing.
Okay.
So that's his movement. Is like to hear. That he would have enough room to do that. Can he see the thing now?
Yes. It's sort of half obscured by this, Okay. It has half cover from the pillar, but yes, you can see it.
Okay. He can see it. All right. Would what Wanderer saw make him think that this is something from another plane of existence?
Yeah, probably.
I think seeing that, then he would have no other recourse but to attempt to banish it to its. Okay. Does that seem reasonable? This is.
Yes.
I think I've dropped concentration. He's moved around to where he gets a glimpse of this thing. He gasps, and then he is going to, still with his shard in his hand, attempt to banish this thing to its home plane.
Okay.
Now, the understanding on that is if Wanderers can hold on to that for a full minute, this thing will, if it is indeed from another planet, it'll be gone, right?
So, first things first, this thing's going to attempt to counterspell you.
Okay.
And it is going to use a 3rd level slot because I don't think it knows what spell you're casting. So it's going to have to make a spell casting check DC. What's the level? Banishment's a 4th level spell. So
it's got to make a 4th level spell.
It's got to make a DC 14 charisma check here.
Okay, so not against my spell save DC?
It does not make. So the counterspell fails. Now it has to make its save, which is a charisma save against your spell save, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically it tried to counterspell you, but because it wasn't a high enough level spell, it had to make an ability check to see if it could do it. It failed. Now it has to make the save. It does have advantage on this from having magic resistance.
Okay, it's a DC 16.
Okay, and it's rolling with a +7. So with advantage, this thing needs 9 or higher.
Okay.
Ready, set, go! It makes the save with a 25.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Okie doke. I tried.
No.
Yeah, that's a. I mean,
tried.
you made it burn a spell slot.
Okay.
Okay. Next up. Oh,
you know,
any movement?
Wanderous 5. No, I think Wanderous is just going to stay in the door and take his chances.
Okay.
He's got that whatever it is, protection from good and evil. If the thing attacks him, it has disadvantage, right?
Right.
That's still going.
Yeah. Well, you would also know that doesn't really help you with area of effect spells. I don't know if that changes your
Right.
calculus at all, but the attack rolls that it makes, you know,
Okay.
which would be spells like Scorching
If I
Ray,
knew
it would
that,
have
if Wanderous
disadvantage.
knew that, then yeah,
And
he
you would
leap
know that,
back
I
over to
believe.
here.
I believe clerics also have access to that spell. So
Okay, then knowing that, he would leap back
Okay.
over that way. He had
Nita.
enough movement left to do that.
Okay. I think. So this does involve this combat, or but I think I remember dropping the crowbar back in the other room, right?
I truly have no idea about the
That
dispensation
does
of your
seem
crowbar.
like something that we definitely did. I know that I was dropping some garbage back there too.
Oh, you
Like,
mean back over here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
you
other
guys did
room.
drop some stuff. I didn't really keep track of what you dropped, so if you have it down that you dropped those things, then absolutely
Okay.
sure.
Okay, gotcha. So I was just gonna say because my character is like right within that threshold for the weight limit
Okay.
with all my equipment. But I'm gonna go ahead and step out onto this, and I believe that is gonna be 30. Perfect. I am gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, I believe.
Okay.
And
Was that another wisdom save, or that's a wisdom save?
say wisdom saving throw. Yep.
Okay. All right. This thing has advantage on this. You've got a DC 15 save, so it makes this on a 8 or higher. I think. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Maybe.
And that is a 21. So it makes
gotcha.
the save.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, and I think that is all that I can do. So I am gonna sneak back into my little corner, and yeah,
Okay.
go from there.
All right, Ash, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna do a crazy thing.
Okay.
So we're gonna go 5, 10 onto here.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna dash back. Well, not like dash, but we're gonna run back across the balcony here.
Okay.
So 15, 20, 25.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a shot at this thing with a short bow.
Okay. Let it rip. I'm going to say from that vantage point, I don't think it has half cover on you. So this is going to be.
That was
flat.
hopefully what was going to happen. That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah. So it does not get the +2 AC on this.
Okay, short bow for 13. Damn it.
Well, it didn't need the cover apparently. That's not going to hit.
I'm burning inspiration.
Burn the
man.
inspo, okay.
It's like the spells aren't working, so we're gonna have to go for some old fashioned elbow grease. I need to hit this. Damn it! 11.
No.
Oh,
Whatever.
Rip.
Your boy
Okay.
rolled a 4 both times.
All right. You've got 5 more feet of movement and your bonus action left. What you going to do?
I really don't. You know, it's fine.
All right. And somebody
Thanks.
has returned your inspiration
Appreciate
already.
that.
Thank you,
Truly
Skynet.
legend.
Honestly, at this point, you should be burning inspiration on every roll because they're going to give it back to you. We'll whittle him down eventually.
Yeah, I don't think that there's really anything for the bonus action that I see to benefit me because I already attacked. So I just will use the rest of my movement to kind of pop into here and hope that gives me cover.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you can with your free object interaction, you can close the door such that you have total cover. Sure.
Okay, cool.
All right, that brings us to the enemy. What's the enemy gonna do?
So
I mean,
over to
nobody-
Ash. That's definitely what it's going to
So
do.
it starts its turn.
Ah,
having to
yes.
make a Constitution saving
Con
throw.
save, yes, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll the damage because even if it makes the save, it still takes half
Yeah,
damage.
go for
Has to, con saving throw. Has
Okay,
to,
so it's got a
must spell save
13. I don't know
DC.
what your spell save is.
Ooh, 14. So it takes
Okay,
the full
so it
damage.
fails.
So that's 11 points of radiant damage. And if this thing is, if it's a shapeshifter, it instantly reverts to its original form.
It is in its original form. I don't think it's a shapeshifter, but this has no other form to refer to.
You know, just trying to go with
all
it
good.
from what I can.
I mean, I think it can cast like alter self at will and stuff, but it is a fox creature.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, this thing is going to fly. Okay, hang on. I gotta measure something. Okay. Okay, hang on. Okay. All right. Nope, that's not what I want. Yeah, I think it does have enough line of sight on you, Cass. This thing is going to drop a finger of death. I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. It's not a big fan of your moonbeam.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Burning the inspiration.
Imagine.
Okay, that's a 24.
Okay, great. So you make the save. Let me read what the spell says. Half as much damage. Okay. So, hang on, everybody. Okay, so that would be 28 damage. It was 57 up top, but it would be 28. But I think your magical thing cuts it in half again,
So,
right?
so 14.
So you take 14 damage from Finger of Death. Good God.
Bro, that name, I thought that was going to be a fucking insta-kill.
57 would do a lot to any of you, yeah. So
I mean, yeah.
it's good that you made that save. It was a good use of your inspo there.
You also have inspiration back.
And you have inspiration back. The endless font.
Friends. Aw, thanks, Sam.
I should not have I should not have told you that you have that aura.
What do you mean? That skip was alive.
No, I found that out myself.
Okay, I reminded you about the
Because I
aura of
actually read my
protection. That's
character.
right. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
his action, his movement. Does he have any bonus actions? Nope. Okay. Well, that's it for him. Cass, you're up.
Okay, let me check to see if this is a bonus action or an action. Oh, that's an action. Well, not that I can, like, do much with it. Okay. How far is that going? Because, fuck him. Okay, I'm moving my moonbeam right back on top of him.
Okay. All right. Was that your action or bonus action?
That was an action.
Okay.
And I'm going to move over here out of his line of sight.
Okay. Oh, you do need to make a another Constitution save, DC 10, to maintain concentration on the moonbeam.
DC 10, you said?
Yes.
Of course, that was a 9.
Oh no. Okay. Well, you could always just recast the moonbeam if you have spell slots for it. I don't know if you do or not.
I mean, I do have spell slots for it, so you just leave it there.
Okay. You might, with the amount of movement you have, you can get it there. Okay, so you recast the moonbeam.
It's a 120 foot range too.
Okay, so yeah, you can definitely reach that. Okay, so wait. In order to cast that, where were you standing when you cast the moonbeam?
Well, I mean, I was like, from wherever he hit me, so like here, like,
okay,
from wherever he was able to hit me.
Yeah,
'cause I moved it and then moved.
Yeah, okay. I think because his turn is passed, he is going to hit that with a counterspell. What level spell is Moonbeam?
It's a level 2.
Okay, so I hate to do it, but he's a very smart boy. He knows how spells work. He is going to counterspell your Moonbeam. That you try to recast, I'm sorry.
No, that's fair.
Okay, so that's your action. Your Moonbeam got counterspelled, and then you moved into the thing. Anything else from Cass?
Give me a sec. No, there's nothing really I can do.
Okay. All right, that brings us to Esmeralda. I don't think she really has much of anything she can do. Oh, no, she does. Okay. All right. Hang on. Okay, so she's got to move over one more. Okay, so she moves over here. Did I have her try to maintain concentration on that spell a while back? I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I forgot whatever it was. Okay, yes, she's going to pop over here and drop a lightning bolt on that fool, and he doesn't have a reaction to try to counterspell it anymore. Whoopsie doodle. Look, he's trying to do the best he can with the information he has on hand, all right? So he's going to drop drop that.
So this is
holy hell!
Damn.
Oh, God.
Okay, so he's got to make a dex save, DC 14 with advantage. He makes this save on a 9 or higher against 15 or 30 damage. Doesn't do it. Even with advantage. Oh, that's nasty.
Baby.
So she lights his ass up with a lightning bolt. And you can tell that is a good chunk of damage from him. His fur is all standing on end and singed and blackened. And so she moved 10 feet out there. And then she is going to move farther back into... Is that a good idea? So, well, she's only got 20 feet left. No, she's going to go back to where she was. I think that makes the most sense. That's been her modus operandi so far. Damn, that was nasty. Okay, Wandress, you're up.
Wanderer leaps into the doorway just so he can see what's happening. Looks around to find the guy. He's right there. Where is this guy in relationship to the ground now?
He is still flying 30 feet above the ground.
He's
floating
30 feet
in
above
the open
the
air.
Okay. So
Omega's face.
okay, then Wanderous having him, he's not on the ground, so that eliminates one thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking wind wall. If I can get him in a wind wall, then he just takes the damage, and there he is. Okay, so Wanderous uses a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
His purple flower with the thorns pops out over top of the guy's head.
Let me go find your template here. Spiritual weapon.
Okay, it's right over top of his head, and I make that one I roll to see if it...
Yes, you roll it when it attacks
Hits.
to see if it hits him.
Okay, so I can do that while you're making the thing. So, Spiritual Weapon, there it is.
Right there. Okay.
Oh, phooey, that's a 10.
10. That's not going to hit.
What?
10 doesn't hit.
Well, of course it doesn't hit. I'm trying to figure out how important the I'm trying. Okay, no, he's not going to use inspiration on that one because he's also going to do his sacred flame as.
Okay.
Well, wait, yeah, because the first one was the bonus action. Now he's going to follow up with sacred flame.
Okay. That is a 17 on the Sacred Flame save. So I think that probably
Do
makes
I not
the save.
have to roll that?
It's Sacred Flame. He makes a dex save versus your spell save DC.
I don't have to roll it. Okay, my DC is, what did we say it was? My DC is 16.
Okay, so that's a 17. He makes a save.
Okay, well then I want to burn my inspiration on that.
I don't know that you can.
I can't on
impose.
that.
Let me double check.
Shoot, I should have burned it. Okay, I didn't understand that. I should have burned it on the.
Let me look it up to
spiritual
see
weapon.
awarding inspiration, effective role playing. Okay, what can they do with it, please? Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Wanderers would know these things. Bonus mom sometimes doesn't.
Okay. Okay, it says you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check. Spending your inspiration gives you advantage on that roll. It does not let you impose disadvantage on another creature. So, I mean, if you want to burn the inspiration and use, I'll let you re-roll the spiritual weapon if you want. That's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, let me do that because
Okay.
I'm just not doing anything. I feel like I'm letting the team down. So I'm going to burn my inspiration.
It's a weird tactical situation.
Yeah, and I'm going to try spiritual weapon again.
Okay, let it rip.
That's an 18.
18 does hit, actually.
Okay, so that is I'm doing it at level 3.
Okay.
8 damage.
I'll let that go by this time, but I do want to. Well, and actually, I think you'll need more damage than that. In the future, try to call out what level you're going to do it at before you know if you succeed the hit or not. I mean, you still technically it stays up and you'll get to use it, but in general.
Sure.
Okay, but you still, I think at 3rd level, it's actually 2d8, so you'll need to roll another d8 if you're casting it at 3rd level. I don't know why I didn't roll it for you.
And doing it at 3rd level, I lose a 3rd level spell, not a 2nd level spell.
Correct. Yeah, you lose a 3rd level
there we
spell.
go. Okay. Thank you for indulging me because it was all like, I was retconning the whole thing. So thank you. Okay, so now I need to roll another d8.
Yes, because it's technically 2d8 plus 5, but the spell. Okay.
Did I get 8 both times?
Well, the first time you rolled a 5 or 3 plus 5, and because I guess you had your modifier, and then this one you rolled a full 8. So that is a total of 16.
Okay, and then Wanderous leaps back to where he was.
Okay. Peter, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and step out. I believe this is 60. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shatter, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this at 3rd level.
Okay. All right. You should have control of that. Put it wherever you want.
Okie dokie. Let's do it here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just throw it there.
Okay, so he's making a Constitution save. Is that correct?
I believe it is. Yes, Constitution save. So public roll, 3rd level. All right.
Hang on.
And that is going to be DC 15 for 17 Thunder.
Okay, so he does make the save with a 7, actually with a 21.
Okay.
So he'll take half of that. So that's 17 damage. Half of that is 8.
8. Okay.
Okay. And then that's Shatter. All right. Anything else from PETA?
I'm checking to see Bardic Inspiration. Can I? Okay, so it looks like one creature or yourself that can hear you. Okay. I'm gonna yell out to Ash. I was like, Ash, you got this. And gonna give my Bardic Inspiration to Ash.
Okay. And that brings us to Ash.
I'm so inspired. Yeah. I mean, I'm a one-trick pony. I don't have spell slots to look through or anything like that. So
Okay.
we're gonna pop 10 feet this way. That way I know I get a good line of sight.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to shoot it.
Okay. Make your attack.
19.
19 does hit.
Nice. So remind me with this inspiration, can I use it for my damage or is that not how that works?
Yes, so my Bardic Inspiration you can add on to damage because I am a Valor Bard. So
Cool. So 5 piercing, and what is it we roll for the extra?
1d8s.
I'm gonna have to get an old man keyboard. I can't see these keys.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now be careful about the old thing.
Okay, so that's
listen,
a total
your
of
vision
8.
may be better than mine, is all I'm saying.
So that's a total of 8 damage.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the sneak. Okay, any other movement bonus action from Ash?
Yeah, sure as crap ain't gonna sit out here and let it shoot at me, so we're gonna pop right back where I was at.
All right, that brings us to its turn. And it is going to cast Dimension Door and Vanish.
Son of a bitch!
Okay.
Hashtag offended.
And with that, we are out of initiative because you have absolutely no idea where it went. A few seconds pass as you feverishly look around for it, but it does not reappear.
Well, hopefully it went the hell home.
So wherever it went, you know. But okay. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna open this door that way. You know, if I had it pulled for cover, I'm just go ahead and open it. That way I can chat with people from across the balcony here. So do we go back? It might be gone. We might be able to go through the big room now.
I say that we try to go for it at this point. Honestly, we need to just go.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, hear me out. You know, I guess I'll walk over here because I know it's safe for me. I feel like I'm yelling at him. Okay. Anyway, hear me out. I could go first, right? Like, I don't want to go get into trouble or whatever, but assuming that some other AoE, you know, big spell comes at us, I have a way better chance of dodging it and not taking damage. So if you guys would let me kind of trail ahead, just in case there is something else down there. I think it's logical to assume it was the fox doing it from the get-go, but
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that
want you
makes
guys
sense.
to get hit by a big spell if I can potentially dodge it.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Yeah.
come on, Cass. I gotta toss you.
So does anybody remember what the witches told you guys? I know it's been like 2 weeks and you guys don't think about this outside game.
So
Wanderous remembers.
I thought it was like beyond like where we were at.
Yeah, so they told us we had to find some sort of creature and we had to heal its memory,
It's
and it would
through
give
a
us the
secret
secrets to this place.
door within the walls to the north of the upper floor,
Oh,
behind a secret door, and to the north. So maybe we need to check the room that we're back in and around the obelisk and whatever more carefully to look for the secret door. There's a creature long dead who knows the secrets of the place if we can restore their memories.
okay, so we should definitely check this room for any sort of secret doors at this point.
Yeah, panel by panel almost we need to check. And around the obelisk, we didn't try to move the obelisk, I don't think. I think we were still on the move for where could we go. And DM, you were telling us that we have ascertained that there is no secret door in the small room.
Yes, Esmeralda's going to pull the door shut as well while you guys look around here, just so that thing doesn't
Okay. Well, I think
launch anything
that
at you from outside.
I would that Wanderous would search the room and help everybody search the room.
Yeah, make whatever checks you guys want to make.
Can I use the wand?
If you want to, yeah.
Yes. I think it's a good time to use the wand. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go here and okay. It's a pretty central area. I'm gonna use the Wand of Secrets.
Okay. The Wand of Secrets points at this wall in the little alcove there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go towards it then.
Yeah.
Wanders is going to go with you to help you search. I think we all are. Looks like we're all
yeah,
headed
with
that
the Wand
way.
of Secrets, you don't even really have to search. You look at it, you can tell that there is a secret door there. Much like the other secret doors you found in this place.
Okay. Wanderers would wait to the side for Ash to go first.
Oh, I mean, feel free. If you want me to, I can. But if you want to open it, you're the one.
Well, what you said made a
I
lot of
can open
sense.
it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll open it and yeah, go from there.
Okay. So you hang on a second. I gotta fix something real quick. Okay. Come on. Okay, you open the door and about 100 skulls flop out of the room into the room where you guys are. And the whole place behind this, you see like a little tiny closet, basically, that is just hundreds of skulls. It's like a 30-foot high ceiling and is packed floor to ceiling with human skulls that sort of like topple out like a closet full of junk.
They don't come to life with green flames, do they?
No green flames, no
Oh,
life,
thank God.
just so many skulls.
Well, do we think one of those skulls is what we are seeking? The long dead creature?
I mean,
Doubt it.
there's a possibility, but
Then I guess we just have to move through them.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
if you
so-
want.
Is there any way to like use an investigation check to see if one stands out?
Yeah, you wanna go spelunking? You gonna dig through
I mean,
a pile of
listen.
skulls, Ash?
At this point, no stone unturned, because sure as the world, we take off all the way back across the temple. This is going to be where we needed to be.
I believe it would be no skull unturned.
There it is.
Right. I hate that I missed it, but I'm glad that you got it. That's
Take some DM
I'm just-
inspiration, Wondrous. That's
Thank you. Oh God, I needed it so bad.
all right.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
so you can clear. You can like get in there and investigate. Go ahead and roll that check.
22.
22. Yeah. So it takes you a good 5 minutes to dig through enough to even get into the room at all. You don't detect that any of these are particularly interesting or different. It's just a various assortment of ancient fleshless human skulls. However, as you've let a bunch of the skulls kind of tumble out into the room and they're spreading across the floor, you can see attached to the 30-foot high ceiling above you is an upside down chest with a barrel-shaped lid.
okay.
Now, in the room where the skulls were?
Yes, so in the room with the skulls, there were like floor-to-ceiling skulls, and you've dug through them, looking at them, trying to see if any of them are interesting, and none of them are. However, they've spilled all out into the room with the idol that you blew up, and enough of them have been moved to reveal that on the ceiling is a chest 30 feet up in the
Is
air.
there anything I can climb to get up there?
Me?
Listen, I was
I
gonna
mean,
suggest
it
that, but I
is
didn't wanna
30 feet
presume.
tall, so that's what you're up against. There's
Yeah,
not like
that's tall.
handholds. The walls here are pretty much normal.
It's being held up by a chain?
No, it appears to just be stuck to the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Like if you had a room with upside down furniture to the ceiling,
Yeah, I
it's just
see.
like you look up there and you see the top of a chest and the bottom of the chest is flush with the ceiling.
Well, how in the world are we supposed to get that?
Okay.
Maybe a human pyramid.
Oh wait, don't you have that spider thing? No, that was Onyx, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Onyx.
Yeah.
Rest in
Damn
peace.
Brutal.
I think Thorin could do it too.
Of course you could have.
Well,
Mm.
I don't really have anything that can help us with that type of situation, I don't think.
Well, that's gonna
yeah.
bother me. A chest unlooted. Don't like that.
Okay, and then just for the sake of being able to see, I'm going to remove all of these skulls that I put on there, so you can just kind of see the actual dimensions of the room.
Okay.
So,
I don't have any rope, but does it look like this barrel has any way that if anybody could lasso it or anything like that? And,
I mean, that would be really, really hard.
yeah.
You know, it's like it doesn't have hooks on it to grab in that way. So,
And hear me out. If Wondrous threw me up and I hit it and tried to knock it loose.
Hear me out. You could Misty Step and just grab hold of it and make
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. That you could like that.
Oh, I mean, I
yeah.
could. I guess I could do that.
I'm gonna feel so dumb if this is so easy. Like, like there's like a switch or something, and we're like, how do we get up there?
I mean,
That's a good
wanna
idea. Can
look?
we search the inside
kind
of
of-
the room?
yeah,
well,
let's
I think
kinda
I'll let that 22 investigation ride. You do not see a switch, but with an over 20 investigation, what you do see is that the back wall of this room is also a secret door.
Oh well, son of a.
Yeah.
I did a secret door and a
thank
secret
God.
door, you sons of bitches.
We got some secret door reception.
Yeah. Yo, dog, I heard you like secret doors. So I put a secret door behind
Thank you
your
for
secret
saving me. I
door.
was really flailing. I was like, what do I do? Okay, let's open that bad boy.
I mean,
I was
you
planning
still
to toss
haven't
Cass
opened
into
the
a
chest, you know,
concussion.
like, and you don't know that an answer to that question is behind this door, but I have to, you know, you got a 22 on the investigation. I have to give that to you, I think. So, okay.
Should I knock?
Where is everybody standing when you open this door?
I'm standing right where I am.
I'm gonna.
I'll be up here with Ash.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Have those angel things dropped, or do we still have that?
That would have passed, I think.
That's what I thought.
I don't
Okay.
think. Well, actually, let me look at the spell. I don't want to just say that. Protection from evil and good lasts up to 10 minutes. Yes, it has passed.
Oh, Kylie, hey.
Okay. Oh, let's get rid of that one too, and that one.
The anticipation.
Okay,
is literally
Esmeralda
killing me
is
right
going to
now.
move up with you guys, and
Kind of hope it's that fox again.
You
we're
shut your
gonna
mouth. Oh
open
God!
the door to reveal a 15-foot high room containing the trappings of royalty, ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, decorative statuary. Everywhere you look are lit candelabras atop small tables. The beauty of the decor is undone by thick dust and cobwebs. Standing in the center of the room is a decrepit skeleton, clad in tattered robes. Red pinpoints of light burn in the skeleton's eye sockets. It turns as you open the door and asks,
Speak slowly, please.
Do I know you?
Probably not. But allow me to introduce myself and my companions. I'm Ash. And this
I'm
is Cass. Yeah. And back here we have PETA and Wondrous and Esmeralda. Who are you?
I don't know.
And Wanderers hear him.
Yes.
Good news. No
Wanderers
offense, really
moves,
glad that you don't have your memory. Oh, sorry.
Wanderers moves forward, and he speaks back and says, "Greetings, venerable sir. Perhaps I can help you. Remember."
Okay.
Wanderous looks at his cohorts to be sure everyone is still thinking this would be good.
I mean, how many more skeletons afflicted with memory loss are we going to run into? This seems like a pretty safe bet.
Wanderous moves forward. The scroll, is there a description of this scroll somewhere to tell me how it would work and where I need to be, or if it's melee or...
It's a touch spell.
Wanderous walks up next to the gentleman, and he bows a little bit, you know. I mean, he's not courtly. Wanderous is not courtly, but he bows and he says, "Venerable sir, I must touch you."
Okay.
And Wanderous opens the scroll of whatever it was, restoration, and hoping that his cohorts are preparing themselves in case things go sadly awry.
Yep.
He begins to perform the spell of restoration.
Right
Okay.
behind you.
Yeah, I think it just takes an action to cast. However, I do believe that because it's a higher spell than you are capable of casting, you will need to make an ability check to successfully cast it.
Okay.
Come on.
So let's look. I'll tell you the DC of that.
I will absolutely burn my
Okay.
DM inspiration to give
If the
myself
spell is on your
advantage.
spell list, but of a higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spell check casting ability to determine whether you cast it successfully. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a failed check, the spell disappears from the scroll with no other effect. So that's going to be a DC 15 wisdom check. With your inspiration, that will grant advantage. So you have a little better than even odds here.
Okay. And neither one of those is attack or saving rolls, so it wouldn't do any good for me to bless myself.
No. If anybody had access to guidance, that would help.
I don't have.
Yeah, I don't have any more inspirations.
Okay. We're just gonna go. Let's see. So now, what is this I'm doing?
It's just going to be a flat wisdom check. So not your saving throw, but just like you on your stats, you're just going to click the word wisdom.
Not saving throw. Just click wisdom. I did, but I don't.
Like on the left side where it has all the numbers. Oh, maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe it's
When
not the
you-
word
when
wisdom.
You, on the stats.
Yeah,
I did
maybe
it on
it's like
far-
the plus or minus in the box or something. I'm sorry, it
Well,
should turn
no, the
red.
wisdom is red. I clicked it.
Okay.
You would click the
There.
word.
Okay. Okay.
Yas,
That's
It was
queen.
20.
20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not natural, but
Say-
20 total.
Still 20
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Okay. So I said I was going to use my inspiration, so I'm taking my inspiration away.
Okay. Well, and then were you using chat inspiration or use chat?
No, I don't have chat inspiration.
Okay. Well, Buns
I
gave
was
you chat
using that-
inspiration, so we'll just take that. Yeah.
Oh, somebody did?
Buns just gave it to you, and I must have
Oh,
forgotten to take it
okay.
off your thing. That's my fault. So we'll just
Oh,
count
okay.
Buns's
Yeah,
for
I
that,
used
and there
it
we
for
are.
that. Remember that bonus action spiritual weapon?
Yeah, and then
Well, thank you.
I did. I
Buns.
forgot to take it off at that point, but that's all good. So that inspiration gets you there. You still have the DM inspiration. So you cast the spell and reach out your hand and place it on this skeleton's forehead, and its eyes shoot like bright light up onto the ceiling, and it's like as like weird arcane symbols flash, and then it sort of like lowers its head. Actually, it doesn't really have to lower its head. It's still kind of looking up at you, Wandress, because you're way taller than it. It's like the size of a normal person, and you're like the size of Shaquille O'Neal. So it's, you put your hand down onto its head, and then it stops like shaking, and the lights stop flashing, and it says, "Holy shit."
Greetings again, venerable sir. We have been searching for you.
So, who are you guys?
We are a band of brothers who have been searching through this land to stop a terrible evil.
Oh, you're talking about Strahd.
Yes, sir.
That guy sucks ass. I don't like that guy.
Can't tell you how relieved we are to hear that, considering we did just waste a pretty powerful spell on restoring your memory.
Yeah, he's just like a dramatic little bitch, you know?
Wonders
He's all like, "Ooh, I'm in my castle and I'm sad because this girl loved my brother." Ooh.
if you could do that to someone's backside, that would be very unpleasant.
And his mouth is big enough.
Wanderer steps back. He's somewhat startled, well, shocked to the core of his being. And he's kind of mouthing, sucking.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Strahd, like I said, that guy sucks. He came to this temple like a really long time ago, seeking immortality, but was too much of a bitch to just become a lich like a real man. Loser. But, you know, I kind of thought it would be funny if I, like, gave him this sort of stupid curse. You know, I told him, like, "Oh, you're a man of destiny, great things." But I thought it would just be funny if I made him like a stupid evil pact. You know, and he didn't have to kill his brother, okay? He didn't have to. That was his choice. That was his choice.
Huh.
And, you know, so he did, and he transformed into a vampire, and the dark powers turned the land into a prison or whatever. And I've just been kind of chilling here, but I mean, it's kind of boring because no one comes in, no one goes out.
Okay. Time
So
out,
is
Big
there
Cheese.
anything here that can help us kill him?
I don't know, maybe there's like a lot of stuff in here. I'm like a powerful wizard, you know? Like I became a lich. You know? Like that's not like baby brain shit. Like you gotta have fucking wrinkles on wrinkles up in the dome piece, you know?
Okay, can we roll this back just real quick? I feel like we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We've restored your memory, okay?
Yes, thank you, by the way.
Who are you? Like, let's start there. Yeah, we got the Lich part. You're tracking, but who are you?
Well, my name is Exithanter, and I'm like a really good wizard. I became a lich a long ass time ago, and I kind of found this
real
place.
quick. Let's tackle that part first. Lich doesn't equal bad.
Oh, I've killed a lot of people. Like, it's a pretty intense ritual. You have to sacrifice a lot of, like, innocent souls. And you kind of have to, like, constantly feed souls to your phylactery, right? So, but, you know, I don't just kill everyone all the time. Like, I just some people when I want to.
Okay.
Or need to.
We're gonna come back around to that later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this pact that so you created Strahd. Okay, let me rephrase that because Strahd created himself and I fully recognize that. But you are the one that made him a vampire. Did I understand that correctly?
I mean, so there's a bunch of like really evil spirits here. Speaking of, and he looks at Cass and he's like,
oh boy.
You like ate a bunch of those, I think?
Yeah, I don't really know how that happened. If you could enlighten me a little bit about that, that would be great.
I mean, you have this like weird thing living in your shadow, I guess. I've never really seen anything like it. So
That's not encouraging.
yeah, I don't know that I can really super enlighten you big time, but so I sort of made the deal with him. I helped him do like a ritual communing with the evil spirits because, you know, like, I don't know if you guys have messed with it. Well, I guess you're eating them, so maybe this doesn't apply, but like, when you make a deal with those things, it's like, there's always some big drawback, right? Like, ooh, you're gonna live forever, but your nose is gonna fall off and you're gonna smell like shit because your body is rotting or whatever. But like, you're living forever, you know what I mean?
Or you've been sucking someone else's ass.
No, that's just like fun times or whatever, I guess. That's just, you know.
So, I never made a pact.
Yeah, okay.
This thing chose me.
Right. Yeah,
I never made a
guess.
pact. I never signed a contract. I made no deals with the devil. This thing chose me for some reason.
Yeah, give me a second
when I was
here.
born.
Hang on. And he is going to hang on a second. No, I want to fucking
I really hope that the big mistakes hasn't been made just now.
give me the
I'm kind of nervous about this whole thing.
I need this guy's freaking this image.
I just want to say, can you imagine? We've come all this way while he's looking this stuff up. We're finally gonna take out Strahd just to unleash a fully realized lich onto the countryside.
I mean,
one problem at a time, right?
yeah, we'll get there. It's fine.
God.
Everything's fine.
We're getting the good dirt. We're
Well,
gonna look at the positive.
Wondrous is really finding out things he never dreamed were
I
possible.
feel like we're in Aragog's web right now, and he's going to be like, "Thank you for restoring my memories,
But my children must eat. Yeah. Oh,
but
God.
I must eat souls, for I am hungry."
Oh God.
Okay. So he is going to like he kind of like does a little, you know, telekinesis cantrip, and his spell book like floats up and is sort of in his hand, and he's like flipping through the pages. Okay, and then he looks at Cass and casts a spell, and you see his eyes sort of flash with like this divinatory arcane sheen. And then he says, okay, so you were sort of just born under like an unlucky star, I guess. So that kind of sucks for you that you don't really get like a say in things, but you know, sometimes that just happens. You know, stars are kind of
Sucky sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes you just were born under an ill omen, and then your life is overshadowed by an endless string of darkness. That's just like the way it is, I guess.
Only we would meet the most Chad Lich of all time.
Yeah, so anyway, back to Strahd. So we did like a ritual, and I thought it would be funny if I was like, there was kind of an out, right? Like if he died and he didn't do any acts of horrible evil or whatever, then he would just die, right? And nothing would happen. And then, apparently, from what I've heard from, the people who come in here every so often, is he sort of like, he was in love with some lady and she liked his brother because, his brother was not just like a sad boy or whatever. Strahd was like, he was just like an old man, like middle-aged and very sad, and his life had passed him by because he spent all his time on military campaigns or whatever. I don't know. So she didn't really like him, and he kind of killed them both because he's a weird little, he's an incel dumbass, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. So at that point, the dark powers kicked in, and he became a vampire. He comes back here every so often to try to figure out how to learn new magic and escape his fate. But the dark powers that sort of own him aren't super keen on that. So, and he's not like the smartest guy. Just between you and me, yeah.
Okay, so with all that being said, you helped design this pact that he has all this power. He's a vampire. This land is cursed. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So it's like
I'm getting the vibe that you don't like him, right? Is there anything in that pact that would strip him of his powers that you know of? Other than just straight up murdering him, obviously?
Nah, you just gotta murk his ass. I mean...
Okay. Very interesting. Well, so we are here for a very specific reason, and we ran into a few witches, as it would happen, that told us about you and told us that if we helped you restore your memory, that you kind of knew everything that was going on here. We've already learned a bunch, which I really appreciate, but I am going to ask something further. We are hunting down items to help us take down Strahd. We have found, actually, then most of the story you just told us, we already knew because of this tome that we found. But then we also have found a sword of sunlight that is, supposed to be a weapon that will help us defeat him. But the fortune teller lady that turned us on to all these items said that there was something that was here, a talisman, I think, behind amber doors. Nobody told us that every door in this place was amber, but some sort of talisman that'll help us take him on. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, we probably got something like that around here. Fortune tellers, man, they're always giving you cryptic fucking advice. But yeah, I got like a big treasure room downstairs. Oh shit, you guys kind of look like you've taken a bit of a beating. Yeah, sorry, we're not super friendly to visitors. What, if you don't mind asking, what happened to you guys?
I think your little pet outside
let's see the fire skulls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna be super real with you, dog. You have to be more specific. There's a lot of shit living in here, man.
You know that one that can cast lightning?
Oh, Murphy! Oh, you guys are into Murphy shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's kind of like my he's not really a dog, but he's like my watchdog, but he's more like a fox. But watch fox doesn't really have a ring to it, So, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Murphy seems pretty cool. I think once you get to know him.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like you guys got to know him that well, because like,
He's a pretty electric guy.
yeah, hey, there it is. Hey, that's a good one, my man.
Okay, yeah. Between all we ran into some ghosts, some green skull dudes, and Murphy. That definitely is what's happened. But we have heard of a golem that lives in here that I'm not looking to tangle with. So, would it be too much to ask if we could? I don't think we're really interested in like looting your temp. I'm assuming this is your temple, but would really like the talisman because we're looking to take Strahd out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we got like a lot of stuff in here. I have a treasure room downstairs. We have like a really big library, with like lots of spell books and shit in there. You know, and like I said, Strahd's kind of like an annoying little bitch, and frankly, he's been on his bullshit for too long. So if you guys, I think you probably could take him out, and I'm inclined to. I think that would be funny to watch. So, like, what do you? You said you're looking for like some kind of holy symbol or something. That's probably in the treasure room downstairs, but we do have a lot of spells here too. I don't know if that's super relevant. None of you, well, I guess you seem like a wizard, and he points at Esmeralda, I guess, who's come to the room at this point. I get that vibe from you, you know what I mean? So, but I don't know if having access to a bunch of spells would help you at all.
Like I said, I don't think that would help. We'd be more than happy to take any help that we can get. I just didn't want to seem like we were coming here to loot your pad. We're very specifically here after the thing.
Yeah, dude, it's fine. People do that shit all the time, and sometimes they get stuff, but like half the time, I kill them and take their stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like take a penny, leave a penny. You know what I mean?
Circle of life and all that.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay. Well, great. You're not going to kill us for taking and using some of the stuff, are you?
No. Like I said, I think it would be funny. I mean, like, whenever you guys go to fight, you know, the big guy, I'm totally going to scry on that shit. I got some, you know, I'll conjure up some popcorn or whatever, and we're just going to, like, have a ball in here, man. We'll get some of the skulls, and we'll have a little watch party. I kind of do that like I have like a spell that I cast on Strahd's castle, and every time adventurers come to try to kill him, I get like an alert about it. So I just like fire up the scrying and like watch that shit.
Oh, can you do that whenever you want?
Well, I mean, scrying does take like a relatively high level spell slot, you know. It's like a fifth level spell at all.
There was another member of our party, Onyx.
Okay.
And Strahd made him like him. Maybe cast a charm spell. And now Onyx is, as far as we know, in Strahd's castle. I sent a message. I did sending. I can do that. And I had a couple of conversations with him, and then we got here. And as you have indicated, we were struggling to get to you. And I haven't heard from Onyx for a while or been able to send him a message. Can you do that?
Well, I mean, I could try and describe him as a creature. Or I can look at a specific place. So if you like know where in the castle he's supposed to be, I can just pop a sensor in there, you know.
Oh.
But otherwise, I have to like try to find him or whatever, which I might be able to do.
Well, I don't want to impose. After we rested and felt better, I could send him a message and say, Onyx, where are you? And then you, venerable sir, could look for him and tell us if he is okay. Of course, if I send him a message, he could tell us that he's okay too. So can you tell us about Strahd's castle and if there are any things about it that it would be helpful if we knew?
I mean,
Yeah, I've heard that there's some certain defenses that makes it almost impossible to kill him there.
Yeah, so it's not like I've like looked at every inch of his castle or whatever. Like mostly what happens is people come in the front door and charge, and they usually find him in like the big dining room. There's like an organ in there, and he's sitting there playing organ music that's all sad and dramatic. And there's like a big feast on the table. Honestly, it's cringe as hell. And so. And then they run in there, and then it turns out that that thing is an illusion, usually. Sometimes it's not. And if it is an illusion, they just kind of like wander around the castle and stuff, right? But he could be anywhere in there at any point. I know there's like a tower on the kind of like northern side of the castle that like he gets really touchy if people go in there, so he usually kills people before they get in there. But other than that, there's just like traps and vampire spawn and gargoyles that like shoot fire out of their mouth and hidden doors and stuff.
Oh my. Hope Onyx is all right. Maybe I should just prepare sending and try to find out where he is. But it's good to know that you can do that, and thank you for telling us about the castle.
Yeah, there's like actually like the architect who made his castle like lived here for a while, which is funny. And so there's like a big model of it in the other room, but it's kind of small and you can't really see into it that well unless you sort of know what you're looking for and stuff.
Did see
We
that.
saw it.
Yeah, that guy was really weird, honestly.
If he
He used
lived
to
there
like,
for a while,
he used to like snort dry ink. And I was like, dude, why are you doing that? That's like not super good for you or whatever. And so I think that's why that castle is so fucked up, honestly. But like, whatever. Like, not my cart, not my horses, I guess.
Well, when we were meeting Murphy, of course, he was trying to hurt us, and you can see that he really succeeded. And then he sort of just disappeared. Is there a chance we're going to run into him again, or is there something that you could do that he would like us now?
Yeah, hang on a second. And he sort of, hang on. And he sort of like casts a spell, and you kind of hear him whispering to himself. And then he's like, okay, yeah, he shouldn't mess with you now. I told him you guys are cool.
Well, as a matter of fact, we're about to freeze. It's so cold in here, but way beyond cool. But it's nice of you to think about our temperatures.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had tactile sensation in like a couple hundred years or whatever, but, I guess I can like, he sort of like snaps and lights so the candles in the room also like, and then it like gets a little warmer.
Oh, thank you.
thank you. Does this welcoming notice also extend to your golem friend?
Oh, yeah. Well, like as long as you're with me, no one mess with you. It's fine.
Excellent. In that case, go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, I only have really one more question. How did you lose your memory?
So it's just like super boring in here, And so it's kind of hard to like pay attention to shit. And so, after every couple hundred years of just like every day is the same, it's that shit happens. It's one of the drawbacks of eternal life, So I probably should work on like, I don't know if it's Sudoku or something, man. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll do some like memory exercises, I guess. Honestly, it's like super embarrassing for me, so I want to just like thank you guys for taking the initiative and coming in here. Seriously, it's a real solid, man.
It's a what?
It's like a solid favor, like do me a solid.
Solid. Do me a solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not salad, solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Do me a solid.
Yeah, that's it.
And that
You get
means that, or you would do somebody a solid if you would do them a favor. I
Yeah.
have learned so much about language since being in this place.
I mean, honestly, I'm like a lingual architect, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, you have very colorful speech, and you have some body hygiene habits I suspect are extremely mysterious, but you're very interesting.
So, you got like synesthesia or whatever, man?
I'm sorry, what now?
Synesthesia, that's where you like hear colors and smell sounds, like you said I have colorful speech. Was that not like literal?
Oh, I think I learned to say that. And what I meant was that the things you talk about create images in my mind that are different from anything I've ever imagined. And so somehow that's very interesting. I translated that to colorful. I guess I should have said visually stimulating.
Right on.
I will tell you, the whole sucking thing really just it's difficult for me to comprehend.
Yeah, idioms can be rough. It's like cultural a lot of times, and and honestly, like the culture and the language that you are like grow up with actually kind of color your perception of the world and stuff.
See, now you're using the word color. So you see, you do have some information about that word that what you grew up with colors the world. So you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I guess I just got confused for a second because I thought you were literally describing sort of like a scientific sensory thing that happens to people sometimes, but it was actually just figurative speech. That's my bad.
I'm sorry that you get bored in here because I find you just a very fascinating person. I'm enjoying our conversation very much, although again, I am having visual reactions to the things you talk about and the choices you make language-wise. Are you going to take us to where this treasure room is that has the amber door with the talisman?
Yeah, we can do that. Hang on a sec.
I don't.
And he sort of walks over behind this like table here and opens a secret door in the wall, which is like waving his hand, revealing a tiny little hallway, which he enters before doing the same thing again and opening another secret door.
Well, I think Wanderous follows him.
Was you gonna say something,
out
Omega?
Into a big library.
So being a bard, would I know anything about this individual?
I don't think so. I think this guy is like not like nobody has ever heard this guy's name. This guy's yeah. Yeah, so you guys walk into this big ass room. It's like a stone library. It's got 20-foot high walls and this like 30-foot high vaulted ceiling. Covering the ceiling is a fresco that depicts angels being set ablaze in hell. A black marble railing encloses a gold marble staircase that spirals gently down a 30-foot wide 30-foot deep shaft to the north. Against the gray walls stand 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On their shelves are hundreds of well-preserved tomes. There are embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras all over kind of the southern half of the room. And he is just sort of like making his way over towards the stairs. But he sort of turns to look at you guys, I guess waiting to see if anybody wants to look at the books. But if nobody makes any motions in that direction, then he is going to head down the stairs.
Well, the books wouldn't, I don't know. Wanderers would probably wander over and just kind of look at the books on the way just to see if any of them look like they have to do with clerical things.
Yeah, so,
I mean, he's fascinated by this guy. Obviously, he's sort of lost track of everything else, and he just really is interested in the guy.
yeah, so you go over and look at a book and pick one up off the shelf, and as you open it, you see that it appears to have a blank cover and empty pages.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Yeah, no, those, that's like magic and stuff. Hang on a second. Karnak.
And as he says the command word, the text just sort of appears onto the page, and you can see that that is a book, which explains precisely the alchemical properties of hippogriff entrails.
Wanderers slides it.
Or like
back
the
on
page that you
shelf.
open, and it appears to be just like alchemical properties of like a bunch of different weird ingredients that mostly have to be, you know, harvested from living creatures in painful and cruel ways. It's pretty gross.
Okay, Wanderer slips the book back on the shelf and moves towards the stairs.
Oh, yeah, I guess that one's kind of, it's like a little gruesome or whatever, I guess. Anyway, he walks down the stairs.
I will follow, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So I will hang on.
I'm going to turn this voice mod on and off. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But anyway. Okay. Stand by, everyone.
So did we just release the Lich back on the world? Yeah. But at least we ain't got to fight the golem.
If we can trust the Lich, which of course Wanderers fully believes we can.
I mean, at this point, if he's rooting for us to kill Strahd, I feel like it's not an entirely bad dude, all things considered.
Oh, hang on.
The enemy of my
It could
enemy
be
is
worse.
my friend.
Yeah.
What else do we have, people? What else do we have?
I'm with you. I'm just pointing it out as all. I
Yeah.
think we're on the right track ish.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we come back to kick
Okay.
his ass later. Maybe, probably.
Okay, so he leads you down into this lower area and kind of like walks over into the room. This lower area is... so this golden marble staircase hugs the north wall, comes down from above, and then lying in the middle of the room are a bunch of crates. They're kind of like old and wooden. The amber-colored walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves, and standing in each alcove is a rough block of amber. And Cass, as you step down here, I don't know if Cass is still with us.
Yep, I am.
As you step down here, the more of those dark spirits start to slither towards you. But at this moment, the Lich reaches out a hand and just like grabs the shadows in its hand and just like holds them so that they can't reach you.
Thanks.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
what
I mean,
are these things?
so these are like kind of, you know, like dark spirits or whatever. I don't exactly know like where they came from, you know, but they kind of like live in the rocks around here. They're sort of like this place, honestly. There were some like wizards kind of a long time ago, and they made like a vault to store the remnants of dead malevolent entities or whatever. And so I kind of came here and sort of found the place. Like they were actually gone by the time I got here. I probably would have killed them if, you know, they had still been here. But they kind of totally weren't. So yeah. So I kind of came here and I found those things, and I've been like drawing on their dark power for a long time, you know, just cause or whatever, but you know, yeah, that's kind of like their deal or whatever, I guess. Do you, I don't know, do you like want these, or do you want me to keep them? Because like they super love you, dog.
I don't think that I want them.
So, and so,
You know what? You can have them, man.
honestly, that's chill. And so he kind of like takes them and just sort of like splits the three up, you know. So he's got like one in each hand, and like one he's holding kind of hooked around his pinky, and he just sort of like walks over to the big hunks of amber, the sarcophagi, and just like shoves them back in there like one at a time. And magically seals them to stop them from like being absorbed.
Neat.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if this like means anything to you guys, but all three of those things, you know, they keep like talking about some dude. Hang on a second. Okay. I guess his name is like Thorin or whatever.
Oh God. Thorin?
They know something about Thorin? What do they say about Thorin?
I guess they sort of like took him or whatever.
We want him back.
Oh, word. Okay. Huh. Okay, hang on. Uh-huh. Okay. Gotcha. So I don't super have a way to like make them do that exactly. I'm like pretty strong, but not sort of like, you know, infinitely powerful and all that.
What about could you make them release him to a peaceful place?
I mean, you know, these things are super like greedy and stuff. Because like, I mean, you know, they won't like, Strahd's been trying to get out of his kind of deal for a long ass time. I don't think they're gonna like do that super easy.
So breaking the curse. Okay, let me rephrase this. Killing Strahd will break the curse on Barovia. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, like for
that-
sure.
Will that
Okay.
help the spirits that are trapped here at all? Like for in this, my question is would it give Thorn a chance to escape from these entities?
Yeah, it would be a lot harder for them because they're not like full gods, you know what I mean? They're just like nasty spirits, but because of like the whole curse on the land, like technically speaking, we're in like a demi-plane right now, right? So like we sort of overlap with the prime material plane, like sometimes, you know, but it's
Breaking
honestly
the curse
kind
will
of,
like make it rejoin the material plane, though.
I'm sorry, what now?
Okay, so breaking the curse will make this land rejoin like the material plane, right? Like it won't be on its own plane, like you said.
Maybe, but the thing is, breaking the curse will, at the very least, make it so that like gods and angels can get here easier and stuff. And so, like, they trap like a lot of souls here. You know what I mean? And gods kind of super don't like that stuff a lot because they think those things are theirs. You know, they're very like. Honestly, kind of, they're just like very close-minded about that sort of thing, you know? Not very open to like other ideas and ways of doing things. And so, you know, I mean, it is what it is though, right? Like, extraplanar beings are gonna do what they do, I guess. But like, yeah, like if that happens, like, I guess Thorin's soul or whatever would probably go wherever it was supposed to go instead of like being trapped here in endless torment, I guess.
Good to know.
Well, we didn't have an option before. We sure don't have one now. So
Thorin is one of our banded brothers, but he is Ash's real brother.
Oh, word.
Brother. The word was brother. He's his brother.
Oh, no, yeah, I got it. Yeah, that honestly sucks, dude.
But not that kind of sucking you talked about.
No, sometimes words mean like multiple things, you know, and a lot of it is like the tone and the body language. Honestly, that's like 75% of communication is like not what you say, but like how you say it and like what your body says with it about it, you know?
You know, Cass tried to explain murder to me, and it's very much like that, isn't it?
Honestly, I don't super worry about that.
I mean, murder is
so
kind of
much.
your thing, though.
Yeah, so I don't like worry. I'm like super good at it, so I don't worry a lot about that.
Oh, I am too.
Hell yeah, dog. And he gives you like a little fist bump.
I'm gonna spit beer out of my nose.
Okay, so Wanderous
oh, we've
examines
made
his
best
fist,
friends with the lich. I
and
swear to
then
God.
he like bumps his fist back in the direction of the lich. How does that work out?
Pretty good. He it's just like, you know, uses his fist bump, and he sort of moves on. He does sort of look at Cass and say, he's like, you know, though, like, okay, so hear me out. I think that if you, okay, so you have some weird like shadow lady, right? Like living in your shadow and stuff.
Yes.
And so she's eating all the like dark forces here or whatever, which is fine. You know, honestly, it's kind of interesting, and I'm sort of down for that or whatever. But like, you don't have to. But like, I think if she ate them all, she would like get loose. Okay, but she would also have control of that like Thorin guy or whatever. But I think you might be able to like make a deal with her to give him back in exchange for like setting her free, I guess. Probably, because like those things are like they like making deals. Honestly, they're like they get like super chub about that stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? So you could probably do that.
Would she be like Strahd and be as bad for this place as Strahd is?
I don't super know. I think she probably would be kind of like a just sort of like a dark demigod kind of a thing. I don't super know what her deal is exactly, because obviously, you know, I've just learned about her for the first time like 20 minutes ago or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you guys seem kind of torn up about that dude or whatever. So I thought I would just mention it, but obviously, you know, it's like whatever you guys want to do is chill with me.
Well, you've given us so much information. We're just trying to process. Somehow, you're not what I expected.
You know, honestly, I don't get that a lot, and so I appreciate that.
I believe this is worth mentioning too. As much as I want Thorin back, he doesn't have a body anymore.
Oh, that's like super not a problem. In the whole arrangement, that's like the least of your whole like worries or whatever, you know?
Being that this shadow lady, like, not following through with her end of the deal would be the worst case scenario, huh?
Yeah, probably. I mean, most of the time, like, deals with extraplanar beings are pretty binding. Because, like, I don't think she's a demon of the abyss. Those things are notoriously fickle. She's not quite as solid as, like, a devil of the nine hells, where, like, they're super uptight about that stuff. But most of the time, like, there's, you know, sort of, existential metaphysical magic that, like, forces beings to sort of honor their word with stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, I guess it's not a risk. It's only like mostly probably not, you know, gonna happen or whatever.
Oh, it's something I'll have to consider, maybe.
Well, she's not doing you much good. Is she?
No.
But we don't need to try to get rid of Strahd just to have somebody worse take over where he left off.
But I also feel like I can't just release her out into the world.
Yeah. Yes.
And making a deal with her kind of goes against everything I believe in.
Word.
If I did that, I'd be breaking my oath as a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you for sure that Thorin wouldn't want to be brought back at a price like that. I don't think that he would want that.
Honestly,
it's ultimately your
super chill.
Thanks, man.
It totally
Not
sucks.
as joy as it was.
That's nice of you to say, as much as I would like to meet Thorin, and
It ultimately has to be your decision. I agree that if you think that this lady would be worse for the land, then honestly bringing Thorin back would just erase the good thing that he did, sacrificing himself.
And this is like slightly unrelated. I can sort of see into the ethereal plane or whatever. Do you don't take this the wrong way, but like, You guys look a lot alike.
Who's he saying that to?
Who?
He's saying that to Cass.
How so?
I mean, like your nose and shit, I guess?
Oh, we are both dwarves.
No, like, it's like I've killed a lot of dwarves and stuff, you know? And they're all like, my father's father, and all that shit and stuff, you know? But like, you know. I don't know, man. I was just like noticing that.
Well, I never knew a family growing up, so we could be related.
A word? That would be wild. Well, like, how, like, what were you, like, abandoned or some shit? Or, like, what?
I was taken.
You were what?
As a child, I was taken.
Oh.
Taken.
Okay, so that's when you kind of smell like fairies or whatever. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
so Ash
raised
is
by
gonna like
fairies.
immediately like reach up, not even thinking about the locket that they wear. You were taken by the Fae?
I was.
Okay, Ash is gonna walk up to Cass. This lock, the reason that I was raised with Thorin is because a Fae left me. So my adoptive parents left. They had a baby girl, and they didn't have her very long before a Fae came and took them away and left me in their place, and that's why I was raised as Thorin's sibling. You don't think that?
I mean, I guess it's. I mean, how often does something like that happen?
You'd be surprised, but
I mean, I know nothing about my birth parents or any family I've had. I was raised by the Fae until I was old enough to go on my own, and I've just forged my own path since then.
Yes, do you know how old you are?
I do actually. It's somewhere here, wherever my age is. I can't remember what I put down on it, but
well, I mean, to be honest, it
I'm
doesn't
50.
super.
I'm 50 years old.
I'm not 100% sure that's accurate.
Yeah, that I don't think that's gonna line up.
I don't think it matters what you put on your sheet, Nick. I think it more matters.
It only matters what I have. Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
on the
that's
other
fair.
one?
Okay, hold on. I got you because I actually did have this written down somewhere. I got to remember how to get all.
Although time in the Feywild doesn't necessarily move at the same pace. That is true.
You know what? I don't remember where it's at. I had it somewhere.
Go to your bio. It's like right next to your size.
Bio and info is just my little thingy. What the hell are you?
A lich? Honestly?
Not you.
Yeah, like all of your stats are up there, like age, eye
Oh,
color.
this year. I was going the wrong direction. Yeah, I have myself listed at 25. So, I mean, I don't know. Now we're really getting into the sauce, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay, so no, I don't know how old I am.
okay.
I've been alive for like a couple hundred years, and this honestly might be like the craziest shit I've ever seen, you know?
As far as you can remember.
Well, I can remember it all now.
Oh, good.
So Does that make us like step siblings?
I'm not sure what it makes us, but I do know that more now than ever, we've got to get rid of Strahd, and we've got to get it. I've got to get you out of here. We've got to remove the curse. We can decide about the Thorin thing later, but at the very least, I know that he wouldn't want anything unleashed on the world to. That was bad. That would make the sacrifice mean nothing. So if we can at least get this curse lifted and his soul can be at peace, we can deal with all this Dawson's Creek stuff later. Okay, that was dumb. Anyway, we can revisit this when we're not in the ancient temple looking for something to destroy this bastard.
Tight. I do also have to say, right, that like with with deals and stuff, right, there's like you can do like loopholes and shit, you know what I mean? So like there's an off chance, and I'm just saying this because it would be kind of dastardly and that shit is fun. You could like agree to free the lady and get your boy back and then kill her. Because technically you like set her free, so you upheld your end of the bargain, but then also technically you like contained the darkness, and then therefore like didn't violate your oath or whatever. And I only point this out because I think that would be kind of funny as hell, and I would really like to watch that if I'm being perfectly honest. But also that would be hard to do, so like you don't have to do that, but I only point out that like it's not as cut and dry. Like I get you hero types sometimes thinking like black and white and stuff, and it's not sort of super always like that or whatever.
I mean, that's true.
It's like that murder thing. It's not always bad, remember? I mean, we were in a situation.
We were.
So yeah, anyway, I guess I can take you to this like thing you're looking for if you want now or whatever.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
leave
let's do
this
that.
place? Could you go with us when we go to fight Strahd?
I could, but I'm not gonna do that because
You're just so interesting. I understand.
it's fun. Well, hey, you have the message cantrip or whatever, or the
Sending.
you can
I have
cast sending.
sending.
Yeah, cast sending at me. Like kind of whenever you want. Like that would be super chill.
I would like that very much because I have this book I have to study a lot, and I probably have questions, and I bet you could answer them.
Yeah, and like
Matter of fact, I need to be doing that.
I don't super have everything prepped like right now, but I basically in the books upstairs know kind of like every wizard spell that has been made or whatever. So like I have access to like teleport and plane shift. Although I can't use plane shift right now because the dark spirits won't let us out or whatever. But like once they're gone, I can just sort of like get around and stuff. And that'll be fun. I'll get change of scenery and shit, But anyway, I'm saying like I can come like visit you, kind of whenever if you want.
I think that would be fascinating. We'd have to really be careful about the random murder. Like I have figured out that's not like that in the place outside of Strahd. That can get you into a lot of trouble. That and trying to get fake electors.
I don't totally understand that last bit, but
I don't either. I don't know where that came from.
I will take your word for it. Anyway, so yeah, I guess all that having been said, there's like a shortcut over here if you guys want to come squeeze through this weird crack in the wall.
I'll go ahead and follow.
Oh, Jesus, that scared the hell out of me. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so he squeezes through the crack in the wall, and he just kind of like waves at this big ass golem, which just sort of like slowly walks to the other end of the door. And you are standing now in
Oh, God.
This big ass treasure room. You can see just like heaped piles of treasure sort of like up against the walls of the stone room. And you do see this amber golem. It's made out of this kind of reddish amber material. It has like a big buff human body. It's probably like 15 feet tall, but its head looks like an eagle statue kind of. Even my descriptions are sounding like that guy now.
Yeah, you just really.
I'm just up talking everything. I'm sorry. For those of you listening to the podcast, this is probably super obnoxious to hear, but anyway.
I mean, this may be the most we've talked to any NPC.
Well, it's certainly the most fun we've ever had talking to one.
And he goes, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, it's not like super organized, because honestly, most of the shit is kind of like not that important to me or whatever. It's just like a bunch of money and stuff. But like you guys are, whatever you're looking for is probably in here. You might have to sort of like dig through the stuff for a while.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm not exactly sure what we're after either, but I'm really hoping that we'll know it when I see it.
Is it okay if we, is it all right if we take some time?
Honestly, yeah, dude. You guys can like do whatever you want in here. That's super chill.
Okay. I love that.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
If it's all right, I think Wandrous is going to sit down with his book and let you all search.
Okay. Yeah, so he sort of like goes over and just like stands outside the room, just kind of like chilling while you guys do your thing. And so you cast detect magic. Let us see.
So it'll basically like 30 feet of range.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I gotta do this. Okay, you get a ping. The only ping of magic you get in the room is from the bottom right-hand corner. Now, to describe these things, you see piles of thousands of coins. There's like gemstone. There's sometimes like armors and shields, helmets, weapons, like all kinds of shit. Like if you want to really go through this stuff, you can. But the ping that you get as far as the as something magical comes from this one down in the bottom, kind of southeastern corner.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go check that out.
Okay. Does anybody else check out any of the other ones, or are you just all kind of?
So, I mean, it seems logical to see what he finds first, and then if the item's not magical, then obviously we can search. But it does occur to me, and I'm gonna say this to the party: you guys don't think that maybe X out? I'm gonna call him X because I ain't no way I'm saying all that. You don't think that maybe he's come across the Mad Mage's spell book, do you?
I mean, it's possible that it ended up here, or maybe. Wait, was this staff broken, or
was it the staff we were after?
It was a broken.
Sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me. No.
So
he broke his staff.
Was lost.
Yeah,
but all he needed was the stone, though, right? Like that's what he needed fixed.
I'm gonna be honest. I
can't
have no
remember
idea what I said. That was
Okay,
like 10 episodes ago.
But we were looking for his book, though,
His
right?
book was missing. I guess I can hang on. I'll see what the adventure actually says, and we'll just go by that, regardless of whatever dumb shit I came up with. Where is?
It kind of like dawned on me. We went through this giant library, and he basically has every wizard spell known to man. You would think that maybe, logically, he may have come across the book, especially if it's been lost for such a long time.
I mean, that's very true.
Okay, it says his staff and spell book are lost. So,
So is both of the
So
staff.
they are both lost, is what they are
Okay.
said to be.
So I'm looking at you, Peter. We need to remember to ask Kex about this. It seems like we're getting everything else out of this guy. We might as well ask about that too, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
All
So
right.
it dawned on me. I'm ready.
So Cass, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking, one specifically for that object, and I mean, if there's anything else of interest in this pile of treasure.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing that you dig down and find that is magical is an amulet. It is
Ooh-wee.
a beautiful red ruby with this sort of sun-shaped silver thing on a golden chain. It's a platinum amulet shaped like the sun with a large crystal embedded in its center. And it is magical. So it probably is what you're here for. Like that you were told to find a holy symbol. This looks like it.
Yeah.
Well, that was easy.
As far as the other stuff, as you're kind of looking at this thing, you see that there's some iron ingots, but they're worth probably a good chunk each, but they're heavy as fuck. There's actually a whole fuckload of holy symbols from gods of various worlds that appear to have collected in here. Some of them have blood on them. There's a bunch of cups that are copper with like silver filigree. There's a skull with red garnets in its eye sockets. And then there's like a bunch of weapons like war hammers and war picks and crap. Most of the other piles have like a bunch of, like coins and shit. Too, but your detect magic only pings on the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't want to speak for everybody, but if that's the only magic thing, that's the only thing I'm interested in. Unless somebody's looking
that's the only thing
upgrade
in
there.
this. Yeah, that's the only thing in this room. I mean, I have my mace. I can't really think of, I can't think of anything that would like help me out that I don't already have. You guys plate armor down here.
Can search through the stuff if you want, or you can just take your thing and bounce.
So do you think that if you spend sorry, Pete, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say if you spend some time with that amulet, do you think you can tell if it does anything or if it's just an amulet or?
Probably. I mean, it's not a symbol of my religion, but I should probably I could probably figure it out if I sit down with it at camp or something.
I mean, you guys know I can identify shit super easy, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
well, we do now.
This, man.
I wasn't joking when I said I don't have them all prepared, but I know every wizard spell that exists, dog.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Yeah, what is this?
The sword's kind of obvious. The information was kind of obvious, but
Yeah, so I don't super feel like bringing a spell slot, and I haven't done a ritual in a while, so I'm gonna do that real quick. It's gonna take a few minutes. You guys can do what you want. One sec. And he pulls some candles out of his robes and starts making a pentagram on the floor and drawing symbols and lighting candles. He has a little bell that he dings, and he snaps his finger and summons a little brick of incense that he snaps his other finger and he lights. And the snapping is weird because it's just bones clacking on themselves, Yeah. And he's just doing a little magic ritual.
Wanderus is immersed in the tome of understanding and will be very interested to know how much time this is going to all last.
Yeah. Do you guys do anything while he's doing that, or should we just jump forward to him telling you what this thing does?
This is going to be super stupid, so go ahead, Omega.
I mean, I was going to say, I'm going to continue to look through and see if there's anything of notes that I could find.
Okay. Yeah, pick a pile.
I'll probably pick this one in the top left corner,
Okay.
and I will roll investigation for that.
Very cool.
Actually,
I got a 21.
Nice. Okay. So we'll handle that investigation in a second. I guess let's do Ash and then Cass.
yeah.
Mine is so super silly. It's literally just an RP thing. It's not
Okay.
super important.
So Cass. Sorry, you were
Okay.
going to say something.
I need something with range, man. Is there like a crossbow or anything down here? Like a bow or a crossbow?
Make an investigation check.
$24.
Yes. There definitely is. I'm gonna just say with a 24, any ranged weapon that you are proficient with, there's not anything magical, but whatever,
Yeah.
short
Okay,
bow, long bow, light crossbow, I think even heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbows considered martial weapons, so
Yes.
yeah, I'm picking up a heavy crossbow.
Okay. Very good. And I'm gonna go ahead and give. Does Esmeralda? What is she proficient in? Does it say? It doesn't. No, I think we're gonna have to leave her alone. No, she's got to be proficient in simple weapons. I'm gonna give her a light crossbow because it's annoying to have to always throw her axes.
Okay,
Yes.
I have a role play thing too that I want to do when we
Okay.
get after Ash's silly role play,
Okay.
if it's okay.
This is ranged. Okay, Ash.
Ash really, this is the one time they're really not interested in treasure at all. There's been a ton of information kind of absorbed all at the same time, what with the Thorin thing and the Cass thing, and we're making friends with a Lich. So you said there was a bunch of like goblets kind of scattered around?
Yes, in one of the piles, there did seem to be some goblets.
Okay, I'm not gonna like pick them up and I'm not looting them.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter exactly what they are. But I'm gonna like grab a few of them and like what you said. Wonders, you said you're like just sitting over here reading the book. I don't know where you're at. I actually can't see you.
Put me anywhere you want me to be. My computer has gone back to the main screen, so let's see. Ash. Okay, yeah, I would have headed in the room. I want to be in the room, and I think, okay, for what I'm thinking about, I want to be close to what Peter is doing, but not helping him. Okay, so that's where I am.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab like 4 or 5 goblets if I can, and then just kind of like go sit by Wondrous and pull out that ewer.
Yes.
Is how you say that?
Yeah.
And just like kind of pour not full, but like pour some of the wine into that and kind of like offer Wondrous one, or at least set it down by him if he's
Okay, I think Wanders will pick it up and he would take a drink. Is that what you're planning? Just have a little sip.
Yeah, and Ash is gonna sit down and like if anybody sees them doing it, he brought enough cups for if anybody wants some, right? Would have made that conscious, decision, but it's just gonna kind of sit there, pour themselves something, and enjoy the toasty feeling, and just kind of process while everybody's looking through stuff.
That's really funny that's what your thing is, because what I was going to do was going to have to do with one of the cups or goblets also.
Okay.
My thing was going to be,
perfect.
I was going to ask if, while Peter was looking through, if he could have dislodged one that rolled up to my feet, but I'll take what you've got. After Wandrous finishes his drink and finishes one of the chapters in the book, he's going to get up and walk over to Honorable, Venerable Sir, Mr. X, and say, this is beautiful. And if it would be acceptable and it wouldn't seem too greedy of me, could I keep this cup in memory of our time together?
Scientia ex arcano voluntate. I'm sorry, what?
May I keep this to remember our time together?
Yeah, sure.
I have a plan for it. I have this that I have been taking care of since we found this book that Strahd told his story in, and Wanders pulls out of his furs or all that stuff he has wrapped around himself this pitiful little plant that he's been carrying around. And he says, I'm going to take some dirt from Barovia and put in the cup after it gets better here. And I'm going to keep this plant, and I will keep it in this cup, and then I will remember you.
It's like, tie this out, dude.
Huh?
It's like means a lot. Like, most people aren't super charged to, like, you know, see me around and stuff. Probably because I murder people sometimes or whatever.
I do too. It's a connection we have.
That's fucking beautiful. For real, I like super respect you, dog.
I'm a furbolg. But thank you. I feel the same. And Wanderers goes back to his seat and probably has another little sip of wine.
Scientia ex arcano voluntate e proprietas cuius re cognoscere.
You know, I think if there's one person that could turn this lich around, it's got to be Wondrous.
Yeah, so he just continues finishing his thing. Okay, some of you guys rolled some stuff. Number 3, in the corner, PETA. You find in that pile about 6,600 loose pieces of electrum stamped with Strahd's face.
Yeah.
75 empty bottles.
Okay.
10 pieces of jewelry worth 250 GP each. And 500 GP in a rotted wooden chest.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
8 painted statues, ceramic painted statues of saints. They're worth 250, but they're like super heavy. They weigh like 50 pounds each.
Oh, okay.
And you find a trunk filled with 6 fine dresses and gowns.
No! They look like wedding dresses.
Bro, side quest completed.
You open it up and just see like a bunch of like dresses in there.
Okay. Can I like take out like one of them and just like hold it up?
Yeah,
Just to,
sure.
like, okay. I was like, hey, y'all, I think I found it. Or found some.
As to be like, no way we found the dress here in this mountaintop temple.
Yeah, it's
I'll
like
hang out with a golem and a lich.
yeah, you find this thing. It's interesting. It's like a bunch of like lace. It like closes up at the neck. It's a kind of like it almost has like a built-in kind of corset jacket thing. It's clearly designed to have like a lower piece under it, but like you find something else that you think would work. You know, it's this like extremely fancy, like Victorian looking corset wedding dress frock coat looking ass thing. I mean, probably good enough for like a weird Frankenstein woman, you know?
Honestly, there's no other dress that I'd put on the Frankenstein woman.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Okay, Peter, do you hold the thing up? Yeah, it looks perfect. Anything?
Oh, Wanderers is just blown
Yeah,
away.
no, I think I'll take this, and then I may ask. I'll ask. I know you were in the middle of something, but is it alright if I take this? This is for something we need to for our quests for Strahd.
One second. Flecto texere ad voluntatem meam et ac scientiam ipsa magica extorque. I'm sorry, what?
Yo, mind if I take this? We're gonna use it for our quest against Strahd.
Yo, you making fun of me, dog?
Nah, listen.
I'm just joshing you, man. Absolutely. Honestly, do I look like do I look like I wear dresses? Like, these are robes. It's different.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I
was about to say, is this guy still casting his ritual?
I mean,
yeah, it takes
rituals
10
do
minutes
take,
to cast a spell, so it does take a minute.
Okay, well, hey, I'm
more
gonna
like
search a pile for
12
some
minutes.
gold.
Listen.
After you guys. I was kidding.
Okay, so what was Cass doing during all this?
Well, I was looking for some gold. If Onyx is just taking some.
Yes.
You mean PETA, but yeah.
Or Peta.
I mean, I was just getting the dress. I was looking through the pile, seeing what was there.
Yeah, which pile are you looking at?
You know what? Let's go with this one.
Which one?
This one. The middle left.
Okay, so you see about 12,000 silver pieces just in loose coins and a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt. Yeah, it's not magical. It's probably worth more than like a normal rapier, but you can tell that the metal is silver, which might be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, most of you guys don't need it, but
So you said 12,000 silver pieces.
12,000 silver pieces. And after that, X finishes his little ritual. And I'm gonna move this information to there we go. Okay. Holy symbol of Ravenkind. Actually, we gotta do this. Okay, so yeah, this thing is like I guess it's the holy symbol of Ravenkind or whatever. It's like legendary. It requires attunement by a cleric or a paladin.
I can do that.
It's like a unique holy symbol of the people of Barovia. It actually predates the establishment of the church here in Barovia, which is kind of interesting. The legend says it was delivered to a paladin named Ludana by a giant raven, or maybe like an angel in the form of a raven. I don't really know. Ludana used the holy symbol to root out and destroy nests of vampires, which is like tight as hell. Those guys are annoying. So, yeah, the high priests of Ravenloft, which is like, whatever, kept and used the holy symbol. So it has 10 charges. It can hold vampires, which, basically is like hold person for vampires, who technically kind of aren't people. So that's fun. It can do turn undead with 3 charges, and you can spend 5 charges to make sunlight, which is, kind of super bad for them, for like 10 minutes, or until you decide to turn it off. So that's, this seems pretty specifically designed to, like, really make vampires have a bad day, and I honestly did not know that thing was here.
Neat.
That's like the most perfect thing. Okay.
It really is.
We'll have to discuss it with somebody who knows more about this. Maybe Rickton can give us a bit more, literally anybody
Or
else.
maybe the Mardikovs.
Markovs as well. We'll have to call a, for lack of a better term, war council when we get back. But
Yeah.
this opens up a lot of possibilities for us to take him out, I think.
I think so.
Tight. Yeah, so, like, I guess that's the thing that you were looking for,
Yep.
or whatever. Do you have, like, I don't know, any other questions or anything else I can help you guys with?
We going to be able to leave here without having to fight our way back out now?
Yeah, why would I make my underlings fight you guys? Like, you're cool.
Well,
Pretty cool too, man.
the whole place is cold as can be. But would it be possible for us to rest before we go and be safe?
Yeah, sure. There's like couches upstairs or whatever. I guess we can, like, bring in some candles or whatever, and you guys can just, like, chill up there.
I'd really like that. And I can get some more work done on my book. I might
Yeah,
have
I
a
can,
question. Do you sleep? Or you just always...
Yeah, I super don't sleep anymore. I'm just kind of, like, always conscious, eternally now.
Oh, hey,
So-
Mad Mage. PETA and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ash, yeah.
It's about the staff and spellbook.
Yeah. You want me to ask him about it? Or
Yeah, I mean,
okay, no, I didn't know if you wanted to do it. It was kind of
No,
like
you-
your side character stuff going on.
kind of. I mean, that's Onyx's side character stuff, which I mean, you're more connected to Onyx than I ever was as my character. So
Fair enough. I just wanted to double check.
no, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're heading back upstairs to rest, then that's a conversation could be had on the way. That way, it's kind of like all in one. But yeah, so our friend that was taken by Strahd to his castle, he actually kind of ended up in Barovia because he was looking for his mentor, which I don't know how long you've been out of commission, but people call him the Mad Mage. He had led an assault on the castle. He's probably the last one to do so. It's been about a year.
Oh, shit, I missed that. That sounds like it was probably pretty rad.
Well, they lost, so I guess it depends on your definition of rad.
Well, I
But
mean, they
that's-
always do, right? Strahd's still in there, right?
That's fair. So he lost his staff and book, and it does seem like you've been out of commission, but it's worth asking. You don't know anything about that, do you? Like,
I don't super know anything about his staff or book. I do have a fuckload of spell books here. I mean, it's not like his book, but like, if there's straight up any spells that he needs, like, I probably have them, So, like, it might take some time. It's hard, like, it's a lot of writing. It takes, like, hours to copy that shit down, especially, like, the big, long, complicated spells or whatever, but,
Well, if we rested, he has a staff that is broken and he wanted to repair it. It's a magical staff. Would you have a spell that would magically repair a broken magical staff? or a spell that would locate something a person lost that was specific to that person.
So like magic items like that break are pretty hard to fix. And I don't know how good his staff was or whatever. So I don't super know.
Well, if
Like,
he
maybe,
could find
I
his
don't-
book, if I remember, if he could find his book, I think he thought there was something in there that he knew that would repair his staff. Maybe.
Maybe. It's also
What
worth.
about a spell that would enable a person to find something that belonged to them that they had lost?
I mean, scrying is probably like the closest thing. There is locate object, but like the radius on that isn't super good. But because I think you can scry on objects, maybe. So yeah, probably just that. I would think you could probably find it. Maybe he just like doesn't have that prepared and then lost his spell book or whatever. Which honestly, that super sucks. But I have that spell, so like he could come here and cast it from the book, I guess, and then know where his shit is.
All right. You have been so helpful.
Or I guess I could. No, I don't. Okay, I can write like a scroll of it or whatever for you, and then he can just copy that down and then cast it or whatever.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, it would be very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna sleep, like I'm gonna be up anyway, so I might as well.
That would be wonderful.
I hate to ask, we've asked so much at this point, but we used the only restoration spell we had to fix your mind, which, has definitely been a good decision thus far. But there's no chance that you have something else like that here. The mage in question, his mind is broken. Paranoid all the time, that kind of thing.
Unfortunately, that's not a wizard spell. It's like a cleric thing, so I don't have access to that.
Okay.
Which is a real bummer.
I have a backup plan. It was worth asking because we're here. So
Cool. Well, I am gonna go back into my workshop and like work on that. You guys should be chill here. The candles will keep you warm or whatever. Feel free to look at the books. I actually have he like grabs another book off the shelf and like sets it down. It's like all of the words to like read the books because they all have like control words or whatever. They're in this sort of master list, so just cross-reference that if you want to like read something, I guess, or just chill, whatever. Take it easy, and I'm gonna go like write that scroll.
awesome.
Okay. Well, folks, I know we went over a little bit tonight. I think that is where we are going to call it. And we will deal with them leaving the temple and stuff next time.
Okay, and I am gonna want you to help me with time. But we don't have to do that now. But
Okay.
how much?
Yeah. How much you can read?
Yeah.
Okay.
How we can work that out.
And I
Alrighty,
was wanting
folks.
to attune that symbol too.
Okay. Yeah, let's deal with who gets the symbol and all of that stuff. We'll deal with that next session.
Yeah, I do think that before we leave this place too, Ash and Cass are going to have a really serious discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can handle all that at the top of next session. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I super appreciate all you guys. Thank you for the subs. Shout out to Ream Streams for the raid. Appreciate you guys. We are going to do our usual sign off, starting with
Vincent Page, remind him who you are, where you can be found on the internet, and who you played tonight.
Hey, friends. I've been Vincent Page. I've also been Ash Fireforger, Changing Rogue. And if you guys want to find me on the internet, I have recently started multi-streaming because Twitch has been awesome enough to lift their ban on that. So you can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, all under Vincent Page. If you guys want to come watch the streams, we've been playing the new, funnily enough, Return to Moria, the new Lord of the Rings crafty survival game. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I be, baby.
Omega.
Hey y'all, my name is Omega. You can find me here every other Friday playing Curse of Strahd. Also on TikTok, Omega MT42. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting encounter next week. So, or next time.
Excellent. Ozzy.
Well, I played Cass Ambleground tonight, and I'm excited to explore Cass and Ash's backstory a little bit next time.
Excellent. And Bonus Mom.
And I am Bonus Mom, and I played Wanderess, the nature domain cleric, who I believe has just tonight fallen in love for the very first time. And as the mother of Pixel, I have never been any prouder of any NPC that he has ever created than Mr. X, because we can't say that name. My headphones are off to you, Pixel.
Well,
you can find me on TikTok Monday through Friday.
I've been Pixel, your game master, and your super chill lich dude tonight. I've also been Murphy, the extremely murderous Arcanoloth or whatever. Thank you guys for watching the show. I had an absolute blast playing that weirdo. I did not know what he was going to be like when y'all walked into that room. I had not made those decisions. And I think that went pretty good for me. So very fun. I'm
gonna get so sick of hearing that by about Monday.
He's gonna be stuck in that vocal pattern for the next 3 days
for the rest of my life. This is me now. You can find me over at Hammer and Pixel, twitch.tv/Hammer and Pixel, where I stream at the moment Stardew Valley with Bonus Mom. We're having a lot of fun, and it's cute as hell. I also am here at Ages of Einor. We have a Discord where we play D&D, and you're welcome to join that. We actually did have somebody join us from our YouTube page the other day, so shout out to that person. Thank you so much. I think they were watching our MCDM stuff, which was cool as hell. They found us because of our review of one of their books. I don't mean to just call out a single dude, but honestly, that doesn't happen that often for us, so I was very happy that happened. Thank you so much. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks, maybe. I don't know if we'll be here the 10th. Someone won't be able to make it. I don't know if we'll keep going. Well, we can't because you're super important. So we'll probably skip the next time and be back the 24th or something. But we shall see. The holidays are always tough with that stuff. So, just expect us when you see us. We'll try to make announcements on the Discord about it. And thank you guys so much. It means a ton that you watch us.
Wanderess will cast sending.
Wanderess will cast sending at you. Yes. Okay. Does anyone know someone that we should go raid at the moment? I put that in chat, but I didn't think to ask it.
I don't have any D&D people. Igor's Lair is the only.
I have a couple D&D people, but I don't know if anyone has anybody. We also don't have to. It's up to you guys. I mean, we have a few folks to send, so it'd be nice to do it. Anyway, yeah. Oh, other news. One of our DMs in the Discord, Beast, is going to be maybe streaming something, hopefully starting before the end of the year. His own homebrew campaign called the Beast Wilds. We are doing a fun campaign. I will get to play in that, which I'm excited about.
Yay!
And
and Bonus Dad.
Bonus Dad will be in that. That is a draw as well. With a whole we got more of the bonus family popping in. Also, I'm working on a sci-fi game that we are Still in the works on. We got to make characters soon this weekend. That's fun. I don't know when exactly that will start, but it will fill up our off Friday. So you know how we've been every other week, and then we haven't had stuff since that one game ended. We will be jumping back in with that stuff when I get that all put together. So hopefully that will be soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but keep your eyes out for that. I think we're going to be using Star Wars 5e, but we might be using Stars Without Number. We'll talk about that with everybody soon. Anybody have anybody?
Eagles. No.
Slices and Dices, I see.
Yeah, Slices and Dices is live.
Yeah,
I have Tabletop Rolls.
Okay.
We have Real Women of Gaming. I have Old World Charm. I have so many D&D people from the people we
I was
rated
gonna say
before.
I don't remember who we last rated. That was D&D. So.
Or we could raid something else. Literally anybody you guys know. I'm open to whatever.
Yeah,
I
don't really
also
have
have to
anybody
take
else.
a bio break really, really quickly, so I would love to make this decision fast.
DM's choice. I don't have anybody on my list except for Slices and Dices. So.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Brutal. Okay, sure, let's do it. We're going to do Slices and Dices, my friends. They are also playing in Ravenloft. We've raided them a couple of times, I think. I think one of their players... I don't know if they were in our Discord or if that was a different group. I think it's a different group. But we're going to go raid Slices and Dices. They are playing a Ravenloft campaign, which is similar spooky D&D horror stuff. They've only been on for an hour, so they should have some time left to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you when we see you, probably in like a month from now, because we'll miss the next time because of cast stuff. Until then, take care of yourself. Be nice. Be nicer to yourself than you think you have to, because what you don't know about you is that you don't know how nice to yourself you should be. Unsquirrel that sentence. Peace.